What do you think? What do you think? Look, I'm like a real streamer now, guys. Look. Look at this thing. Oh my lord. You see that? What's going on, guys? Look, I've advanced my technology. What do you think? It's not bad. It's not bad. Hi, guys. What's going on? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me well? Yeah, hi, guys. You see this? I know, it's pretty neat. I installed it today. I didn't think it would get here in time, but it did. So here I am. I don't have to lean down here to talk or anything like that. This is fancy. Yeah, it's pretty fancy. This is fancy. Yeah, no, there you go. There you go. Now I've got an arm for my monitor and an arm for my microphone, guys. So the mic's the same. The mic's the same, but now I can get it really up close to my face and make you all very uncomfortable and blow out your headphones. Right? Yeah, it's looking legit, you know, and it's got like all kinds of it's crazy. It's no filter, no filter. Like I'm talking, I feel like because I'm talking past it, I should be okay. As long as I don't talk at it, I think that'll be all right to avoid the blasting out your thingies. If it's too loud though, guys, let me know. Hi, Jenny. Mr. Fancy Nameplate. I'm moving up in the world. What can I say? Look how good that looks. It's just kind of out of the way all the time now. Right? Pretty cool. So, pretty cool technology boost there. You know? The whole desk looks way better. I'll do as... I'll do as I please. I'll do as I please. Hi, guys. What's going on? Happy Dandadan Day. Thanks for the donation, Ferry. I will take it into consideration, my friend. You know, every step that you take is a step towards, hopefully, your goal. Hi, Serpo. It's been a minute. Yeah, you've probably missed it. It's been a minute, Serpo. But, yeah, it's the setup is, it's advanced. It's advanced. Distinctly advanced from where it was before. I've got lighting, I've got stuff hanging up, you know. Now all I need is shelves and we're good to go. I'm thinking it looks a lot more professional than it did. Don't worry about it, Serpo, man. You've got stuff going on. Don't worry. You know, life happens. I put the music on without being prompted. I'm gonna do my shout outs, guys. I'm gonna do my shout outs and I'm not gonna need any thingy. So it's looking pretty good. I also messed around with my camera settings now, so I feel like the color pops ever so slightly, and I don't look as ghoulish as I normally do. So, and we've got the Evil Eye movie being released. We're gonna be seeing that. We're gonna be seeing that on Friday. I'm excited for that. Do I look like I'm glowing? Maybe my lighting is too strong. Or maybe that's just the glow of this very cool lamp behind me that I got from B&Q. I got it discounted. It's normally 80 and I got it for 30. So think about that. Think about that. Yeah, yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. I feel like my lighting setup is really working now. I know I'm just kind of like glazing my own setup, guys, but I'm really proud of it. It's more like my energy. Thank you, Angle. Thank you. I'm more confident than I used to be here, right? I feel really comfortable now just chatting with you guys. So that's pretty cool. Also, now I can just move this around. How cool is that? You know? Why do I look like what? What do I look like? Why do I look like what? That could mean so many different things, Max. That could mean so many different things. But, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You finished the chapter. Glad to hear it. We'll be jumping into the chapter soon. I look tired. Do you think I look tired? I mean, I've not been getting as much sleep, but I think it's also because I've changed the contrast slightly on my thingy. Hold on. That's too much. That's too much. Hold on. Hi, Yuri. Hi, Yuri. What's going on, dude? Maybe I increased the contrast too much. But yeah. Here we are, guys. Sleep is good for you. No. No sleep. We should have no sleep here. Just run on coffee. It's far easier, guys. It's far easier. Good to see you, Yuri. It's been a minute. Yeah, I know. The screaming on games is going to be a little bit easier now. Yeah, I think what it is the you know, you can't see it because of the way that the cameras are usually set up, but I actually have pretty bad like dark circles just generally. I don't know what it is, but that's probably what it is because of the contrast change. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it, dude. You'll learn to love them, as I do. You'll learn to love them. Yeah, yeah. So basically, guys, I imagine that most of the guys on here, absolutely not, Hoops. Absolutely not. I imagine that most of us who are here are familiar with the format, and if you're not, guys, then basically in the comments, pinned to the comments, is the most recent chapter, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through it, and usually pretty slowly. And within like the first hour, we will get through that, the chapter. Sometimes we go over, sometimes we go under. And then I've got something, a surprise, a new, I remember, look guys, we finished the tier list. We finished the tier list, last week, and it was great. It was spectacular, even, one could say. But, we need a new segment. We need a new segment. And I did say that we would start ranking things horizontally. I think we should take a break from ranking that list specifically. I think that list can take a little bit of a... I've not been reading Chainsaw Man. I'll get to it eventually when my hyperfixation starts to slow down a little. But right now we're in the middle of it. But I instead of just jumping straight into horizontal rankings, and you know, I kind of like the idea that we give that tier list a little bit of a break, just because it was kind of a beautiful ending. It was kind of a beautiful ending. Everybody got something, I think. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave that for a while, and we'll come back to it one day when things have moved a little bit, and then I'll show you my news segment when the time rolls around. So in an hour, we'll go through my news segment, right? And I say I mean a member of the community, Nachan, was responsible for putting it together for me. But, you know, I was partially my idea. I take 50-50 credit. We are not reacting to the English dub trailer, but maybe later. I don't know. I mean, we reacted to the Japanese trailer. We reacted to the Japanese trailer, and I think that kind of covered a lot of it. But maybe we'll gloss over the... What is going on with my hair there? Look at that. But maybe we'll gloss over the English one as well. You know, it's really hard to do this in a camera. I feel like it's so much easier in the mirror. It's a bit crazy, but we're okay. Anyway, guys. What were we doing? Yes, so let's start, alright? Look at that, that is crazy. What's going on? Sorry, guys. Trying to find my part in. No, you don't understand. It's my main thing, guys. It's my main thing. Thank you. Thank you, Angle. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's important. Serpo, you get it. This is kind of what it's like to be a mirror, though. So take that as you will, right? Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Anyway. Like in the hair commercials. Maybe later. Anyway, guys. Anyway. Like, you know what? It's crazy. I am absolutely just not ashamed of anything anymore. I'm past it. I'm completely past it. I don't care. Vamnola on her behalf. No. You won't need to Vamnola. You won't need to Vamnola. This is actually a good thing. Nachan and I have actually genuinely been working on something. And by that, I mean she's done almost entirely all of the legwork, and I've just kind of here to take a bit of credit. Anyway, guys. Anyway. So, chapter. As you remember, we have frozen ice sharks. We have frozen ice sharks and a typhoon man. And yeah, we'll take 50-50. Hell, this is my channel. Maybe I'll take 60% credit. No, I'm just kidding. Don't take credit away from that chance. She did this, right? Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Cringe is dead. You get it, Usa. Usa gets it. You gotta let go of the cringe. You gotta let go of the cringe. No. Don't Famnola me. Don't Famnola me. Anyway. And we've got the Typhoon Man, and the sharks are being propelled at the plane that they're all in the commercial airliner. I don't know what to say. This is like weird even by oh no, don't clip it. Even by Dandadan standards, this is very strange. I don't really know what to say. Like, one thing to be taken away from this, specifically this chapter, is that there is absolutely no way to, on a micro scale, right? Like the general beats of the story you can figure out, or you can take a guess at what could happen, right? Because that's like characterization, that's like you know, the way that the relationships are going to move, things like that. You can kind of take a guess at that, and you could probably come out with a decent answer. But on a micro scale, the day-to-day stuff, like the chapter-to-chapter stuff, no way in hell. It's wild. I don't understand how Tatsu comes up with this stuff. It's ridiculous. Also, don't worry, guys. We've got a segment, a section in here where I'm going to be gloating like crazy, right? I'm telling you, it's going to be great for me. But we'll see. You'll see that, all right? Because I was right about something. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, I'm still trying to get on with this because it's not flat. I need it flat. Anyway. Yeah, this will be animated one day, by the way, in a few years. And by in a few years, maybe like 6 years. No. Yeah, you couldn't guess. Yeah, he definitely went in that direction, Usa. You're quite right. Anyway, they're in the plane. So that's the Ketos. That's our main gang. And they're all on their way to the shrine to make Momo big again. As well as to cure all the other curses as well. I didn't... See, this is what I mean, though, right? 6 years, I know. Look, I'll just take any instant of Momo and Okrun being together. We're like... You know what I mean? Anyway. So, the Ketos are in the plane with them. And again, I thought this would be a big fight. But it looks like a weird enemies and friends team up kind of thing. Look, Hoops, I'm going to be honest with you, man. My hyperfixation on this is going nowhere, right? So if we're still going in 6 years, like... You know, we'll be here. I'll be here, assuming that this is all still going in 6 years, right? 6 years of content is a while, so we'll find out. Let's try to make it to 1. Let's try to make it to 1 first, but I think we can manage it. It's part of my Dander DNA, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you, so totally. Let's do it, guys. We can do it. Absolutely. Anyway. So they're on the plane, and they're all just sat in their seats, despite the fact that all the sharks are being thrown at them, and they've got the little oxygen masks on. Psycho tells Momo that she should just work with Gigi in order to try to stop the Typhoon Man. Obviously, they don't know how they can take out a Typhoon human from inside of the plane, and Psycho starts to explain to them that she can use her powers to grab the flying sharks to fish for them, right? Very strange. Very strange. And then she asks Gigi whether or not he's been working on his chi every day, which is a nice callback to what, like the Evil Eye arc, right? So he has been training since then daily. Yeah, no, I'm here. 62, but still here. All right, Andrew, bet. Let's do that. Let's do it, guys. Look, you know what, guys? Hi, Shadow. What's good? You know what, guys? 6 years. Let's do it. Let's do 6 years. All right. Hell, let's do 7. Let's round off at a nice even 7. 7 years. I think we can do that. I think we can do 7 years, guys. You know. Even like, guys, if you go through big life changes and stuff, you've got to drop that. You got to drop that in servitude to the channel. Yuri. Yeah, 7 years of Patreon. 7 years of Patreon, and you could buy me a house, guys. Think about that. No houses left. Even 7. It's an odd number. It's completely not an even number. It's fine. Anyway, they go fly fishing for sharks. So we get to see Gigi doing his take on the Kamehameha back from the Space Globalist arc. And he can do that. He can still do that. So the plan is that Momo catches the sharks, the frozen sharks. Jennifer Lopez, Anaconda. I know. Aww. Of course, USA. Of course. Alright? I'm not going anywhere. Hell no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm telling you, like, you don't know. You don't know how you know, like, minor tangent, guys. We're going on a minor tangent here, and I apologize, right? Because we've barely gone through the chapter. But, you know, what, like, the top. There is, I don't know what the top, this could be the top as far as I'm aware, my dude. You know, 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, right, I was completely hyper-fixated on something else, right? So I was obsessed with Cowboy Bebop at the time, right? I know, edgy. And, you know, I generally speaking, wanted an outlet for that, right? I wanted an outlet for talking about it. And I saw a bunch of different people online who had put together really cool videos and stuff, and really interesting videos, but I felt like there was it kind of always targeted one specific character, or it didn't really talk about the things that I would have liked to have heard about, you know? So I decided to make my own video, and I didn't have a computer. I had like a shitty laptop, and I made it, and I was proud of it. It compared to what I've done now, it's kind of shit, right? I still like it, I still appreciate it for what it is, but it's a bit shit compared to not necessarily the analyses that I make in it, but the it was the, what would you say? Like, the actual production quality was pretty bad. Like, my microphone was like, my microphone was terrible. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? What I mean, why I'm even talking about it at all, is in making that, I just wanted to, you know, connect with people, like-minded people who might also want to discuss the thing that I'm interested in, right? Talking on Reddit or Twitter has never really done it for me, just because it's very easy for people to ignore you, or to use the kind of like the affordances of the platform in order to just bury you and not talk. Yeah, sorry, Yuri, we're going on this tangent, guys. All right, buckle up. Anyway, it can be very easy for them to use the architectural affordances of the platform to kind of bury your comments just because it isn't necessarily popular, or people aren't particularly interested in that perspective, right? That's just how the platform works. It's kind of like a what would you say, kind of like a group mentality, right? Which is why it's so easy for the lowest common denominator stuff to float to the top in a lot of communities, because it's just the easiest stuff to updo, right? But anyway, so I made the video because I wanted to talk about it. It was kind of like a expression thing, right? I know it sounds cheesy. It sounds like precious almost, to kind of be like, oh, I just wanted to. Yeah, Sarah, we're on a tangent. My bad. we're on a tangent. No, I just. Oh, what do you think, Sarah? What do you think? Huh? Not bad, huh? Pretty cool. Nodding emote. What was I saying? Yeah. So it was just a desire to kind of to create and express and things like that. And I released it, and it got like fucking nothing. No one watched it. Nobody watched it. That was 4 years ago. That was more than 4 years ago. No, it's a tax write-off. This is a tax write-off, right? But no one watched it. And over like 3 years, one like Christmas kind of period of time, it got like a few views, and it climbed to like 16,000 views altogether. I don't know what it's at now. But yeah, it did all right for itself. To me, that was huge, right? That was like massive. But because it over those 3 years, it didn't really get anywhere or anything like that, I made some other stuff which is now hidden, and no one will ever see it because it's god awful. It's really bad. So no one will ever see those. They're hidden. They're delisted from the platform. But they do exist. But they weren't particularly good, right? And nobody watched them. They got like 50 views or something, despite the fact that it took like 50, 60 hours to make each one. So I just stopped making stuff, you know, and just kind of went and didn't. So I gave it another shot with like Reddit and everything like that, and just kind of like, no, I'm not dropping those. Like I've already spoke about it before with some people who are interested in it, and perhaps it could be a boon one day to one individual. If they win and they ask for that as a boon, I will share with them one video. But they're in the vaults permanently. Otherwise, they're not good. It's not like there's secretly a really cool thing behind this door. They are not good videos. One of them is just a shit post as well of me doing copy pastas. You don't want to see that. Because I don't want you to see that, because I don't want you guys to lose respect for me on top of that. But anyway, right? Point is that they didn't get any traction, and nobody was really interested in them. So I stopped making stuff, and then I made no, you don't want to see that. And yeah, I tried making an Acura video last year, which has now been taken down for copyright reasons, which is bullshit, but that's not here nor there. And it just didn't feel right, so I was kind of like floating between stuff. Then I made the Chaotic Beauty of Okurun and Momo and Okurun's Love, and that was really successful, right? And I can't express how like impactful that's been on my life. And I don't just mean because I make YouTube videos now, or because I have supporters, or even that it brings in any kind of money. It's just there's an outlet to actually connect with people. And to me, that is one of the most valuable things that like I've ever had, you know? And it's kind of like used to, right? Not what's in the Discord, notwithstanding. It's one of the most valuable things I've ever had, really, in my life, right? So I'm gonna be doing this for as long as I can, right? Because there are always things that I'm not gonna shut up about, That's the reality of it. Right now it's Dandadan, and I don't see that changing. This is my thing each week, right? I absolutely love jumping on and doing the what it is that we're doing now, right? I mean, like, honestly, anything that I make at this point, it just gets shoved straight back into this. That's why the arm's here. That's why I've got the lighting, the background lighting, whatever, right? Because this is like my thing right now. It's more than, it feels like more than just a fleeting hyperfixation. Like, to me, this is meaningful. And 6 years, 7 years, whatever, I'm going to keep trying to do it as much as I can. The golden ball in the box, Jenny. Yes, you're quite right. I'm going to do this as long as I can. Right? Appreciate you, Shadow. And look, guys, you know, I don't expect everybody to stick around forever, right? Everybody has lives and stuff. You know. So I don't expect everybody to be here for however long. But, guys, I appreciate however long it is that you do decide to stick around. And I will absolutely value it for as long as you do want to stick around. You know, every single view. I'll be 80 and do it. Yeah. Every single view, man, is there's somebody watching. Like, each time that there's a view, that is somebody who's clicked it and sat down and started watching the video. 7 years. Let's go, guys. A decade, whatever. I don't know what the hell this looks like in 7 years. I don't know what the platform looks like in 7 years. I don't know what the world looks like in 7 years, but you know, hell or high water, guys, we'll figure something out. You know? So let's do that. And I'm glad that you're all very responsive to it. You want to see the golden ball in a box, Jenny? I'll show you it. Look at it. Isn't it glorious? Excellent. Alright, guys, I appreciate you. I genuinely do. I appreciate you. You're all excellent. You're all excellent, guys. And, you know, another thing that's worth noting, guys, is there. I have no intention or specific desire to be anything more than this. Right? I don't know where, again, I don't know where this goes. I don't know what happens with it. This may be the cap. This may be the cap. Right? As far as I'm concerned. That's fine. I don't mind if that's the cap. If this is where we kind of settle in. That's cool. Because, you know, there's a reason that this community feels so healthy, right? And I know that I should get back to the chapter. I'll get back to the chapter in just 1 minute, right? But there's a reason that this community feels so healthy, and it's because we're doing it the slow way, right? We're not exploding overnight. We're not getting 100,000 views every time I drop a video. We're getting a few thousand views to up to like 28k, something like that. And we're doing this the slow way. Because it's the right way. You bring in the right people. If the video, this is why I don't do shorts. If you start to reach too many people outside of your actual demographic, then you start to dilute what works, and you start letting, well, you know, it starts to get weird. This is the best way to do it, and I'm happy with going as slow as necessary in order to keep the vibes right. Okay, because that's what it's all about, is keeping the vibes right. You know, I could really easily clickbait the videos and grab a few more views, but it would not bring in the right kind of audience, which is us, which is you. All right, so let's just stick at what we're doing, okay? But 7 years, let's go. 10 years, let's go. 10 years, a long time. Anyway, so by the way, if I'm blowing out the mic at all, guys, let me know, because I'm probably gonna need to get like a proper like pop filter to go over the thing. But let me know if I'm blowing out the mic or whatever, and I can adjust the gain. Anyway, fishing for sharks, and then Gigi would hit them with his palm wave and shoot the sharks into the heart of the Typhoon Man. Yeah. And jump the shark. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's it, Barty. I hear you. Also, you don't know what the state of YouTube is going to look like in that time. I'm not necessarily a technological determinist, but I definitely am in the current, you know, in the format that YouTube is. I'm definitely an economic determinist. Anyway, the problem is that obviously they're inside a plane, right? They're inside a plane. So how is he going to control his chi to fire obstacles from inside the plane when there's a wall in front of him? Psycho lets him know that if there's an obstacle in front of him and he has the capacity to control his chi, he should be able to forego the wall completely and hit the object on the other side of it. And because he's a prodigy, he's gifted, she believes in him that he can do that. I don't know, Pickle. Like, this is one of the weirdest chapters. This is one of the weirdest chapters. Oh, look, it's Nachan. No, I've not unveiled your work yet, Nachan, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I like the little mini Psycho as well. Yeah. This is just bizarre. This whole thing is just bizarre at this point. I'm not really sure what to even say about it. But hey, we'll continue. Anyway, Momo questions whether or not it's a good idea to fire the sharks at all, because it's quite possible that they would get swung around and fired back with twice the force. And Psycho says that she can't really say for certain, but theoretically speaking, all they need to do is cool down the typhoon, right? To drop the temperature of the typhoon using the frozen sharks, because that would cool down the vapor and turn the water droplets into ice. Goddamn. Yeah, this is like... half of this has just been like the science of typhoons, right? So she says that if new clouds are able to form outside of the typhoon, the eye of the storm will expand little by little, causing the whole thing to weaken out. And if you fire the frozen sharks at the base of the typhoon, it will directly lower the temperature of the seawater underneath as well. And without this engine, the heat of its source, the typhoon will just simply dissipate. It's okay. The amount of explanation involved with this specific villain is weird. Like, yeah, I know. It's like a apparently, like, I'll take the word for it. Like, this must have been quite difficult to actually this must have been quite difficult to succinctly narrate and demonstrate for us, you know, because they just had to draw diagrams, just scientific diagrams, right? So, I mean, hey, I'll take it, right? I'll take it. Anyway, on that note, Psycho says that they need to get closer to the typhoon, right? And in order to do that, she's gonna pilot the plane, right? I just want to take a second, guys, to I know that we do a lot of Psycho glazing on the channel, right? Ever since that fight that she had in the restaurant, she's just been in her suit. Goddamn, you know, I'm a simple man at my heart. This is, honestly, we're gonna look back at this one day. We will look back at this as the golden age of Psycho's outfit. All right. I'm just Yuri. I'm just saying. I just want to get it out of the way now. I don't want to come back here in like 3 months when she's back to her normal outfit or something, and not have given this the necessary hair down. Don't even. It's just, this is it. We're at the peak. I don't know that it gets better than this. And you know, I'm just, there's when she's walking down the hallway, it's like, those are good shots, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right? I'm just making it clear. I'm just making it clear now. So now that that's out in the open and we've discussed it, we don't need to discuss it again. It's gone. It's done. It's over. It's fine. I'm fine. Anyway, she's gonna go pilot the plane, and I'm hoping she puts one of those little pilot things on with the goggles and stuff. It's fine. I'm fine. Don't chat, don't. It's just hot in here, that's all. It's just hot in here. It's just really hot in here, okay? You're not here right now. It's really hot, okay? Anyway, yeah, Hoops, I'm good. I just, doesn't matter. Anyway, Momo asks Psycho whether or not she can even fly a plane, right? It's part of the analysis. Yeah, this is part of it. Tatsu drew that for a reason. He drew that for a reason. Okay? That ain't on me. That ain't me. I didn't do that. I'm just appreciating the work, man. Okay? Are you here for Dandadan or not? No, you can't do that. You can't do that, Andrew. I'm sorry. You can't do that. She would claim you. She would claim you as her waifu. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. Alright? That's how it goes. She would claim you. Anyway, Momo asks whether or not she knows how to fly a plane. And she says, leave it to me. And it doesn't answer a question. And then she says, leave it to me. She doesn't know how to fly a plane, guys. She doesn't know how to fly a plane. There's a cue for that claim. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Get to the back of the line, man. Get to the back of the line, son. Hell no. You have to fight for that. Okay? I have a sword. I'll get it. She'll figure it out. Yeah, no, Max, you're right. She'll figure it out. She's kind of just got that about her, you know? She'll figure it out. I trust her. Yeah, I've played GTA, guys. I know how it's done. I can fly a helicopter. I've done it. 2.5 years. Ah, she's probably got it. She uses chi powers. Yeah. Wing it. She's gonna wing it. That's very good. That's very good angle. She's gonna wing it. Gladiatorial combat. If it comes down to that, I don't want to have to kill you again, Brand. But I shall. I shall cast you out into the dark void of space. Alright? And that's where you'll meet your demise. Anyway. It's time to enact the plan. So, GG. Chat is just like, what is happening, chat? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Hoops. He gets it. Anyway. So, GG tells Momo that it's time to hook the sharks. So weird. There's like a shot, right? Like, and you guys, if you're following the panels here, like if you're actually following the along, there is a shot. It's got all these little sharks that are just like attached to the plane, and one of the sharks, like Momo grabs one of the sharks out of the air, and it's just so like, if you showed this to someone in like the 16th century, you would change the direction. You would change the direction of history completely, right? Because this would blow their minds. This would blow their minds. There is nothing on this earth, in this realm, that could help them comprehend what they'd be looking at here. All right, down to the little chibi Momo in the corner, the sharks, whatever this flying contraption is, their minds would be just scattered. That would be it. All right, you would change the course of history showing them this image. I mean, even seeing it now, I'm feeling a little bit razzled by it, and I know what everything in here is independently. It's just, when you shove them all together, it's like, you know? Yeah, you could have that. I think you're thinking a little bit lowball there, Max, but yeah, we could do that. We could have that. Sure. I mean, they go for a Arashi. Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, I think you're thinking a bit low. Sights are a bit low there, but it's like, it's fine. Yeah. They'd go through, like, we probably would have flying cars or flying shark cars by now. Anyway, I don't know. She catches a shark, and just like that, Gigi decides that he's going to fire his wave palm attack, and he does. And it fires straight into... Again, there's another shot of this shark that's just going like light speed towards the typhoon. And it hits and... You like that? It's tiny. It does a tiny little thing. Tiny Momo dragging herself to the window. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. Aw. I want a full-size Momo again. I don't want tiny Momo anymore. Can we just go back to normal Momo, please? Can we just go back to normal Momo, please? Although, there is that panel of them doing this together. That is just the best. That is the best. The moment that I saw that, my mind was just like, I need to make those emotes. I know, please, Tatsu, please. Anyway, there's clearly a lot more of this work that they need to do in order to make an actual difference to the temperature of the typhoon. The Kitos are sat in the back seat, just kind of chilling out. And they're seeing what Gigi and Momo are up to, and one of the Kitos asks whether or not they should kill them, and Mama Kito, she basically says no, because they're all kind of up shit creek together, and they need to help. So they're kind of doing a team up thing here. It's so strange. It's so strange because they were like introduced 2 chapters ago, 3, and it was like it's going to be like this huge bust up, and now they're working together, and it's like, what is even happening anymore? I don't know what's happening anymore. You know, yeah, I know you're right, Angle. There's going to have to be some kind of emotional change. It's going to be a big moment, right? Like if you think about the Damara arc, there's a lot of stuff that if we were all there, and no doubt some of us were, but many of us weren't. If we were all there reading it together, we probably week on week be like, what are they doing? They're doing like a fighting thing now, like with knights and stuff. And then the big moment. Yeah. The big moment of the confession happened, right? And everything else before that is out the window, you know? And we're getting such a huge amount of actual plot and build-up at this point that it's undeniable that there has to be something big at the end of this, right? Blissy, A+. Yeah, she came up with that just there. She came up with that moment there. It's fine. It's all fine. Anyway, she does her Jennifer Lopez anaconda and punches through the floor to get into the cargo section of the ship. And in there, she grabs her perfume. Her eau de worm. I maybe temporarily. I mean, it depends, right? Like the Subterraneans obviously have their own thing, right? Oh, by the way, Natalia, thank you for the donation, the subscription on Patreon. if you're not, I haven't done it yet, but it's time. It's 45 minutes in. I haven't done it. If you should join the Discord if you're interested in Dandadan. Like, honestly, it's the best place for it. You've signed up on the Patreon. Just click the link to the Discord. Join. Well, it's free to join, obviously. Honestly, it's great over there. Lots of amazing stuff. Everybody's constantly talking Dandadan and other stuff as well. You know, you'll probably make friends. It's great over there. But if that's your bag, please do join. Otherwise, thank you for your patronage. It's. Oh, you did join a few days ago. Do you have a different name over there, or did you just not introduce yourself? That's fine either way. Great. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, sometimes it can be hard to keep track exactly. We're over 100 members strong now, guys. I owe you all a 100 subscriber special, 100 Discord members special. So we'll get to that. Probably when I'm back from the London incident trip. All right. But we'll do that. Anyway. So Nakikito. No, that's 10K. That's 10K hoops. I'm not doing that for 100 Discord members. Hell no. All right. That's 10K. Get us to 10K subscribers, and then you'll get that. All right. I'll do it. I don't care. I'm over it. All right. I don't care. Anyway, she pours the liquid onto out onto the cargo, and out of nowhere, and I hate to say I told you so, guys. I hate to say I told you so, right? But I did tell you so. All right? I don't know if I said it here or if I said it on Discord, but that last week's hiatus was definitely done in order to align, from a marketing perspective, what's happening in the manga with what's happening in the anime release, right? So the Tsuchinoko's back, right? The Mongolian Death Worm blows itself out of the top of the plane, right there. It was dehydrated, and now it's back. All right. There was absolutely, this must have been done in order to align the release of the Evil Eye film cinema release with what's happening in the manga. It's just too close to not, right? Like so keeping it back for a week made the most sense in the world, right? I suspect that the alignments go further than that, right? I'm fine with that as well. It's clever. And to be honest, like I'm quite glad that we got the hiatus last week. It felt like we got to do the tier list finale, obviously, but it also meant that we kind of could get back to normalcy after a lot of crazy stuff. Hi Eric, good to see you, dude. I don't know what the deal with the worm is. Hoops, I'm just rolling with it at this point. And I suspect that something that the hiatus also pushes back things a week, so that the 200th chapter is released when season 2 of Dandadan is released as well. And I think that chapter 200, guys, chapter 200 is going to have some stuff in it. It's got to. All right, like it's something's gonna happen. Something big's gonna happen in chapter 200, guys. It's a big round number. It's a hell of an achievement, and it's also aligned with the release of season 2. It's gotta be something big, right? And it would help to justify a 1 week hiatus, right? A 1 week hiatus is so little, so it's like it must have been done for a specific reason rather than just to catch up. And I suspect it's to align what's happening in the story with what's happening in the release schedule for season 2, right? Because the anime brought in huge interest into the series. Look at us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the anime, right? It's huge. So going on Thursday, that's exciting, Eric. We're we're gonna be going, or I'm gonna be going on Friday with some of the members of the community in London, and I'm incredibly excited. Incredibly excited. It's gonna be pretty baller. It's gonna be really good. Like, honestly, it's killing me. Look at all of us guys. Gonna go to the pictures. I can't believe all this community is single-handedly saving the cinema. Right? It's saving cinemas around the world. Thanks, Angle. I hope that your meetup did well as well, by the way. I know, I'm excited for it. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it because, you know, I'll take pictures. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, the cinema's great when it is great, right? Like it's not always perfect, but there is something. There are so few things I feel that are just like events still, right? Like it's almost like a lot of the things that used to be kind of almost luxuries have become so commonplace now. You know, you get instantaneous access to food, like takeaway food. You get instant access to various different devices. You can do whatever you want to do whenever. So the cinema for me feels like it's one of those few things that is just like an occasion, you know? Like, I don't go to the cinema every week or anything like that, intentionally to keep it kind of like in my mind as like a big kind of thing, right? Not that I wear a suit or anything to go. But, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like you're going to do something, and that's what this feels like. It feels like an event for me, which is really exciting. Because there are so few things that just feel like events for me at this point. Yeah, exactly. You know. We didn't finish it, Yuri. We didn't finish it. We're not done yet. We're not done yet, man. But catch you. Have a good sleep, dude. You've earned it. Anyway, the TSUCHINOKO bursts out the top of the plane, and everybody's pretty shocked that the Mongolian Death Worm is back. And we get a little bit of backstory as to how this happened, right? Yeah, I want to be excited. That's what I'm saying, Charlie, right? Like, it just feels good. It's just enjoyable to do. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. Also, I'm looking forward to meeting those who are going to be met. Alright, I don't want to like blast everybody's name on stream, but like I'm quite excited to do that. So, anyway, the Great Serpent was growing for 200 years to reach the size that it was at by the Evil Eye arc. And it was killed by Momo, obviously, but its will apparently lived on. After searching its lair, they found giant eggs, and they hatched one of them, fed it a lot of livestock so that it would get back to a huge size again. And yeah, I mean, Momo's pretty upset about this, but since they didn't feed it any people, it can't use its psychic waves, electric shock attacks, or poisonous mist. This feels it feels like a little bit of a It feels like a bit of a convenient thing, doesn't it? Like, I'm not trying to be the, you know, I love Dandadan, guys. Tatsu's amazing. He's excellent. Bit of a weird, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, by the way, it didn't eat any people, so it can't use all these awful things that it used before. It can't use all of the things that made it a clear villain anymore. So it's like, it's a bit weird. I feel like that's a bit weird. That's a bit convenient, bro. But like, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. I mean, it does make me feel like the worm is maybe not going to be treated as just a blatant villain at this point, because It's kind of hard to argue with that. It hasn't really done anything wrong. It's been quite helpful, actually. So, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a really good point, Shadow. Why did they bring it with them at all if it can't do anything? What was the plan with it? Did they just dehydrate it and keep it around for shits and giggles? Yeah, exactly. It's like that is some like suspend your disbelief kind of thing, isn't it? It's like I thought that the whole thing with the worm, right, was that they were kind of like worshipping at its, like, did they actually worship it? Because they started worshipping the volcano, if I recall. They just swapped. So do they actually believe in this still? I don't know. It's kind of, again, it's a bit convenient actually, but like whatever, you know. I like that they're giving it a bit of a personality, and after talking, I don't remember who it was, but someone new in the Discord was talking to me about it, and it's just doing what it is born to do. It's like, okay, fine. I can't really argue with that. There's also a feel, it's also kind of, it's weirdly, there's like a shot of it when Nakikito's talking about how she went to sprinkle a little bit of water on it, and it kind of looks, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, it kind of looks a little cute. It looks a little cute in that shot. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, yeah, Eric, this is a crazy chapter, you're right. She just dehydrated it though with like what the hell? It's so strange. This is just so strange. I just don't understand what's happening anymore. I couldn't even think of anything for the thumbnail. I don't understand anymore what's happening. It's kind of cute now, and it's like, I don't get how I've gotten to this point of view. Because when I was looking at the trailer, when we're doing the trailer thing, it looked gross. And I made a point of saying that it is a gross creature to worship. But now it looks cute, so I don't understand. Whatever. Cool, I guess. It has people teeth, so I don't know how I can even think that. Yeah, Angle. That's it. It's like one of those little toys you put in water. Yeah. Water. Oh, God. Oh, my God. You know, someone said that since getting more comfortable on the streams, my accent is coming out more, and that is so blatantly true. Like, water. Fucking hell. Anyway. Yeah, they don't have time to deal with the Mongolian Death Worm right now, and honestly, it's helping right now. Because it's eating all of the sharks from out of the... What is happening? From out of the... What is happening? It's eating all of the sharks out of the plane, and it's just spitting them all like a cannon at the typhoon to cool it down. And there's this really cool double page spread this double page spread, this is the one that would break the brains of anyone. If you showed that a caveman, alright, what would happen to the human race? The all of everything to do with history would be completely altered dramatically. It makes no sense. Yeah, Mac, it makes no sense. They're all hanging onto the back of it as well. Not necessary. Not necessary. You don't need to be all hung onto the back of this thing. It's not necessary for you to be there right now. Also, when Psycho starts controlling the plane, is that going to overwrite the plane's movements in the real world as well, or what? Right? Very straightforward and normal. My bad. I was wrong. My bad. I was wrong. My mistake. My mistake. To help aim. Oh, is that what it is? Maybe. Maybe. I guess. Looks like they're just hugging it. I don't understand. I don't understand it. And that's the end of the chapter. Very strange. One of the strangest things I've ever read. I don't know. Yeah, it's confusing. The whole thing's quite confusing. Right? But that's fine. That's fine. You know, let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it. It's Dandadan. And that's it. Another very normal chapter with very normal stuff. A bit dull, even. They could get weirder with it. What? How does he come up with this stuff, by the way? How did he come up with this? I'm just rolling with it at this point. Like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I really don't mind. A big book of typhoon facts. Yeah. You know that guy from the last chapter? The guy who wears the thing on his head? And he's on YouTube. I bet he's subscribed to him, isn't he? Right? I bet he's subscribed to him. Eric. Good question. Actually, right, so we finished the tier list last week, and it was very cathartic. It's very emotional. A lot of happy people. A lot of catharsis. It was great. I enjoyed it. I think that we grew as a community. I think that it's something that we'll think about as a community for a while to come. And I mentioned in that, and a glorious ending, Hoops, you're quite right. And I mentioned in that I was thinking about doing a horizontal tier list as well, right? Each rank horizontally. I think that right now, and I'm not against doing that in the future, I think it's too early to jump back into that. I think we should just let that exist for a while. All right? I think we all need that. It would just be a matter of deciding who on each row is better, like highest to lowest on D rating, C, whatever. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, I think from that tier list we're gonna give it a break. So I thought we should do something else fun, and I've been working with Natchan. Everybody, please, round of applause for Natchan for coming and doing this for me. Hold on, let me just... I don't know if this is going to actually like get picked up by YouTube's copyright, but I make no money on ad revenue for this anyway. So I'm changing the music to something new now. So we decided to do this, and you know, I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't. It was pretty much entirely Natchan. I did help come up with the idea though. Oh, man. Sorry about that. I kind of killed the vibe. But the Dander Drip tier list, guys. The Dander Drip tier list is where we are at. Now, we've got 260 every single outfit in Dandadan that everybody wears at any point in time, more or less in the main cast or secondary cast, listed with images here, ready to go, ready to rank. All right, to find out which one of the Dandadan characters is the drippiest, who wears the greatest drip, guys, who is just standing on a puddle at all times. Okay, all right. Now, Natchan spent quite a few days collecting all of these. Honestly, it just gave her a good excuse to go through the manga again, I think. Oh yeah, Angle, quite right. Happy Pride Month, absolutely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We stand for that shit here. Fuck yeah. Tim, no, I'm gonna say the drippiest. Who's the drippiest? Alright? Who's absolutely soaked? It's fine, Eric Hoops. Don't worry about it, my dude. It's definitely Momo, right? And I know how this sounds given the last tier list, but it's definitely Momo, right? And she also has the most outfits as well, so she's got the best chance of winning. So I think we can probably go through this fairly quickly, and I hope that we would be doing that, because 260 outfits is a lot. Drip this. What we dripping on? Soaked. I'll say as I like. I'll say whatever I like. If anybody wants to come up with more synonyms, please drop them. Please drop chat. If you have any synonyms, drop them in the chat. Ah, Tim, what a guy. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for the donation. It's good having you around again, dude. You know, I feel like you've been missing for a while. Pomade, yeah. Pomade, 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 pomade. Yes. Can't believe it. I can't believe I forgot again. What's wrong with me? God damn it. He threw his roses. Oh, yeah. I can't believe I forgot again. What is wrong with me, guys? Chat, what's wrong with me? Why? Why do I always forget? I don't know what it is. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. So, alright guys, I'm going to just quickly do my shout outs that I always forget to do. The producers have told me that I need to go back and do it. So, my producers told me I have to go back and do it. So I'm going to go through the list of the Yokai Power User tier on Patreon and YouTube. Guys, genuinely, you know, I don't know how to even express it. And I always say it. I say it every single week, and I know that it probably is a bit exhausting for the people who I'm referring to here to hear that every week. But genuinely, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop saying it because you guys are the best. And I can't imagine anybody would not just watch the content or be here for the content every week, and all of you guys are heard and appreciated as well, but the fact that these guys pay to support the channel is crazy to me. It's crazy because I'm just a guy screaming at a camera 90% of the time, and then another 10% of the time I'm a guy who doesn't scream at the camera but just obsesses about this thing. So the fact that you guys are supporting me to do it means so much to me, right? Anyway, so that's Blissy Cat, that's Burlap Sack, Danny, 5th Gram, Hoopster, JMO, Mother Support, Mr. the Wolf, Orbis, Sarah, Serpo, and then, of course, the Rosemaster Supreme, Tim Kai. Genuinely, guys, thanks. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to say it. I you know, sometimes I think about, like, trying to formalize a way of doing this each week, but I don't want to. I want it to be as natural as it can be, and as honest in the moment as it can be, because it deserves that, in my opinion. You know, I don't want it to feel like a segment. I want it to feel like it's an actual thing that I'm saying, in appreciation for you guys. So thank you. Genuinely, that's all I can say. And I'm working on content right now, guys. I've got a really, really big video that I'm currently writing, and I'm hoping to get out at the start of July, end of this month. By the looks of it, from where I'm at currently in it, it's probably going to be the biggest one yet, by a bit of a margin. So block out your calendars, guys. You know, because we're gonna do. It's gonna be a big one. The premiere is gonna be a big one. Angle just upgraded to the go. Oh my lord! I'm gonna add it. I'm just gonna do it. Also, Angle as of right now as well. Angle, thank you as well. Everything that I just said retroactively, I would like to apply that to you now as well. Angle, I mean, are you? It's hard to know who's on Patreon and who's on YouTube. It's hard to know who's on Patreon and who's on YouTube. But yeah, I think that you are on Patreon as well. So if that is the case, let me know, and we can sort that out. because I don't know how to keep track of any of this stuff at this point. I'm trying my best. I need to get like a CRM or something. A spreadsheet CRM or something. Maybe I will. I didn't even update the name on YouTube to Yokai Power User. But yes, thanks Angle as well. Incredible. Genuinely incredible, guys. So, spreadsheet mentioned. No, down. Someone get the spray bottle. Somebody get the spray bottle quick. Down. No spreadsheets. Right, guys. God, I don't know where to even begin. I don't know where to begin with this list. It's incredible how much is there. You know what, guys? Let's start nice and simple. Some of these images are kind of out of kind of like they're kind of cropped out in a weird way. I'll try and fix that for next week. Max, you know, Max, for now, for the next, like, I've always had a bit of the mind that the best thing that you can do is hyper niche on YouTube for a while, which is fine because I'm hyper fixated. So for now, there's just so much stuff that I need to do that's still for Dandadan, that I'm not going to change gears just yet. I'm not going to change gears just yet because there's still so many things that I need to say and do in reference to Dandadan at this point. But look, after this season is out, there's going to be a period of time, guys, where there's going to be a period of time, possibly years, before we get to season 3. And things are going to slow down in the Dandadan community. Naturally, the anime gives it a massive boost. So I'm probably going to try to diversify a little bit, admittedly. But that doesn't mean I'm going to move away from Dandadan. Dandadan is still the focus, right? And as long as it's not done, I'm not done. But there are lots of other things out there as well that are worth looking at. It depends what draws my fancy. I'm obsessed with Persona. That's a really nice, quick, close pivot there is Persona. That's something I'd love to talk about. I do streams for that as I'm playing through it. But then there's also a lot of things that I want to say about things like Freyrun. We'll see. You know, yeah, the great Dandadan famine. But we'll see, guys. We'll see where we end up. I mean, like, regardless, as long as the manga's going, we're going to be here every Monday doing this. And when the manga, the anime is released, we're going to be doing this again on a Thursday. All right? So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say, there's a lot to do. The Dander Drought, I love that brand, I love that. Persona manga, I've never seen I've never actually read the Persona manga. I know that the Persona anime, the Persona 5 anime, is not particularly good. All right, Max, I'm glad to hear that, man. I appreciate that, genuinely. And yeah, the Persona streams, they're going to keep going. I'm going to resume them when I'm back from the trip, because I've got a lot of writing to do for the channel. You know, these videos, they don't write themselves. And at the moment, the next video, writing-wise that is at 25 minutes, and I'm still on section 1 of potentially 10 sections. Now, some of those are going to be shorter than that first section. And some of them are going to be of similar length. So, oh my god. So it's going to be big. It's going to be a big video. Yeah, but that means that I need to make every minute count. You know, because when it gets to that length, it's like you need to be seeing the Matrix code, right? You know? But don't worry about it. We'll get round to that. Okay. Let's see. So, let's first off zoom in a little. Get out of here, advert. No, I didn't click you because I want to see you. Go away. I know I need to get an ad blocker, guys, but for now, you're just gonna have to see this guy's face for a while. Get out of here. Go away. Come on, man. Get out of here. Whatever. Switch to Firefox. I'm gonna have to do something for this segment. I'll look into it for next week. Some of these are ever so slightly out of crop, so I'm gonna try to get to the ones that are doable here. Let's start with Vamola. Look at that. Look how cute she looks. There you go. Look. What do you guys think about that? It's got a cute little kind of... I don't know. That's kind of a vibe. That's kind of a vibe. Look, we've got a lot of spaces as well, guys, by the way, right? There are a lot of spaces here for attire. All right, we're not jumping straight to S tier. You... God damn it. All right. Right, the tiers. S+, we're going to have one S+. And guys, there is no... It's not like last time. This isn't a bit that I'm doing like last time. There is going to be one S+ tier. We are going to pick a best outfit in Dandadan. All right. At the moment, I've got no skin in the game as to which one it is. Okay, it's probably going to be Momo. But this is not like a bit this time. So expect there to be one at the end. We're going to have 6 S tiers. All right. 12A, 20B, 40C, 60, 80, fucking 60, 80 D tiers, 100 F tiers, and then 1 cringe tier, which is the cringiest, lamest outfit in Dandadan, all right? Okay, so this is where we're at. So I think that we can be quite liberal with our assignments here, because we've got a lot of space to play with, all right? And this is going to become a bit unwieldy later on. Now, I personally think that Vamola's outfit here is a pretty solid B tier. I think that's kind of cute as shit. All right, look at that. It reflects her character. It's cute. It's got a little kind of like skirt thing going on here. Got slippers. She's got slippers on, guys. I'd give that a solid A tier. Personally. All right. Oh, did I say B tier or did I say A tier? Would I give that? Oh, can I do that actually? Hold on. All right, this you gotta bear with me, guys. This is gonna take a little bit of work for me to properly. Did I say S tier? No, you're tricking me. I think A tier is probably the way to go with this. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out how to properly do this. Because the images are rather small, and for some reason they're not previewing on my computer, and I don't know why. It's because it's goddamn thingy, isn't it? It's there we go. Okay, Vamola. There we go. Right. What do you think, guys? I personally think that's A tier. That's A tier. Like, we started off on quite a good one here. I think we started off on a pretty good one here. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute as shit. You're a B tier. Alright. This is going to take a while if we're doing it this way, by the way, guys. It's going to take a while. There's 260 of them. But you know, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. B tier. Right. So we're kind of split. Someone voted S plus tier. Damn, you crazy. They have the same drip. Yeah, we could do Peony and Chiquitita together. I'm pretty sure that Nachan actually lumped the two of them together anyway. You're not let this tier list trigger you. Alright, if you say so. Look, you know what, guys? I kind of envision this one as almost an antidote to the previous one. Alright? Like, the previous tier list was partially, I told you how it was, right? How it was constructed. It was partially designed to get you guys pissed. To bring out the best in you, alright? This has no such lofty goals, let's say. This has no such lofty goals. The goal of this one is just to kind of, it's just a nice, refreshing, let's just look at the clothes in this and appreciate them, because like a lot of work goes into each of these outfits, and I really love it. Yeah, I know, like they only wear one matching outfit. That's crazy. I guess I'm not surprised. They don't really show up that often either. I tell you what, Chiquitita's outfit where he wears the little piloting hat, that's gotta be like S tier stuff. That's high class. That's a good outfit. It's cute. How do we? Yeah, I mean, I just kind of, I don't really know exactly angle. I feel like we just kind of like just go off the vibe of it, right? Like, how well does the outfit work? Like, I suppose it's in context. Like, it's got to be in context of the character wearing it, right? Right. A it is, guys. It's crazy that some of you guys were voting for full S plus tier out the gate, by the way. That's crazy. Can this guy go away? Dude, you're kind of ruining this whole thing. Can you get lost? Yeah, I clicked it. Now go away. I'd rather have that there. Can we? yeah, alright, Angle, why not? I mean, we're gonna get to the maid outfit and stuff as well, so if that's the way you guys want to view this, then by all means go crazy, alright? By all means, go crazy. He even wants a front row seat. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think, and I don't mean to be that guy, I think that there is a pretty high likelihood that the least dripped out character is Rin. All right, and I'm not trying to just be a Rin hater, okay? But she is just not styling nor profiling, guys. You know, she ain't gonna be pretty high in the list. I think she might be the lowest on the list. I mean, I'm seeing a Rin outfit here. I'm not going to rank it right now because it's a bit negative to jump straight into it, but she's just like she's not, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I don't know if we're doing his outfit. I don't know if Nachan included it. If Nachan included it, then I guess so, but like, I mean, he was dripping with sweat, at least. That guy, right? Yeah, you know, I'm not trying to dunk on Rin, all right? Dunk on. I'm not trying to dunk on Rin. I'm just saying that she just doesn't wear much like anything really special, I feel. Well, you should have brought it up. It's not my fault. You should have known that I'd say something awful. It's not my fault at a certain point, alright? I can't control it. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh, there's so many cool outfits. I don't want to get straight to the cool ones. Oh, no, there's so many really cool ones. Okay, we'll do one really cool one. Okay? This. That one. Easy. That is, as far as I'm concerned, that's S tier. Where is it on her list? Sorry, I'm trying to find the corresponding outfit on the image. Where is it? There it is. There it is. God damn, that's a good outfit. That's a good outfit. That's an S tier outfit right there. Easy as that. That's S tier. God damn. Yeah, Monato's wearing hers right now. That's damn. That's an outfit. That's S tier. That is S tier stuff. I'm just gonna ask the poll now, guys. That is S tier. That is a good one. I feel like also we need to kind of leave S plus for a while, right? Like, I haven't really figured out which one I think would be S plus yet, but goddamn, this is S tier. This is S tier to the max. Frankly, guys, I don't know exactly what the state of democracy is in the chat at the moment, but I would overwrite anybody's will to not put this in S rank. So I guess the state of democracy is not great really here. You know? They match. It's so cute. It's so cute, man. God damn. So good. So good. That's iconic. That is iconic. Easy. Easy. Oh yeah, the official illustrations are going to go hard. Oh. I need to get some water in a minute. The official illustrations are going to go hard for sure. I feel like this is just an easy S plus actually. Easy S rank. I'm just going to move it there preemptively because that's where it belongs. Look at it. Look at it. Look it. God damn, look it. I suppose we should do an Okarun outfit next. Right? Oh, you want to do a psycho? I'll do a psycho one. Okay. All right. Can't you when he's right. He's right. That's it. That's what I'm saying. No, we'll do Okarun. We'll do Okarun. I don't know where to even start. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Right. So that's an S rank. What about this one? Oh no. Oh no, that's not a good look. That's not a particularly good look at all. No, he's not rocking that one. It's functional. Yeah, it's not his best look. It's not his best look. Oh. I wish this was in order. I wish that this had just listed itself in order. God damn, please. Oh, what do I spy over here? That's a good outfit. Does anybody see him? There's so many. It suits Psycho. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. Where is he? Where is it? Am I blind? Uniqlo wear. my god, where is it? This is gonna drive me crazy. I must have passed. Is that it? No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going crazy now. I'm seeing things, guys. Did anybody see it? All right, we should probably just vote on this. We should probably just vote on this real quick. There you go, guys. Vote away while I try and search for this outfit. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Found it. There it is. Found it. Found it. Thanks, Nachan. That's gonna be the hardest part of this. Is searching around for these outfits. God, I really need to get rid of this. Oh my god, dude, go away. Get out of here. D rank. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid D rank, guys. Yeah, it must be really like a lot of work as well to kind of like come up with all of these different outfits, you know, but the guy clearly cares about it a lot. I think it adds to the characters, right? Like there's something to be said about the fact that all of these guys are teenagers and stuff, and they care about the way that they look. And I think that being able to express that in the actual thing, even if it does take time to kind of like create all the outfits and come up with them, I think that it pays off in the characterization. You know, I think that it's important. Yeah, it just makes them feel more realistic and the world feel a little bit more actually alive, I suppose. You know. Yeah, exactly. Like Naruto wore the same outfit for the entirety of more or less for the entirety of the show. Having characters have different outfits, and you know what's great as well is that a lot of these outfits use components or are layered versions of other outfits, right? Like it's very real, it's very legit. Like, see this Vermola one here, there's another one where she reuses the sweater and the skirt, but she has a hoodie on underneath it, right? So it's like there's just like an added kind of layer of realism to it, because they don't just throw away the outfits when they're not using them, they use components of it. This outfit that Okarun is wearing here, underneath the trousers here, that's another outfit, right? Like, he uses this stuff otherwise as well. It's just the coat that's new, and the fact that his socks are tucked in. I think that's great. I think that's such an interesting kind of way of doing it. Yeah, that's very real, it's legit. It's like actually legitimately real. Oh, you know what's crazy, guys? I know that this is probably not carrying over to you guys, right? But the arm here means that I don't need to lean over constantly, because I've realized now that that's what I was doing. And I think this is going to be very satisfying for when we're actually gaming and stuff, because before I had to be up here in order to talk, because it was all bound to the table. But now it's up in my face. I'm gonna just like lay back. It's great. It's amazing. Jesus, oh my god. I didn't even realize that I didn't even have that functionality until now, right? Like before, I was just leaning over and I was stuck there. So I feel a little bit more kind of like my back is gonna thank me, guys. My back is gonna thank me, and it's gonna thank you. Yeah, they change them every now and then, and it feels legit. Alright, okay, so that's I'm enjoying it a lot, man. It looks great as well. It looks like professional. Like that's how this is how streamers look. This is what streamers have. This is what people who do streams do, right? Yeah, support's gonna really enjoy that. Yeah, this is the new thing. Chan, what do you think? Look, it just kind of moves and it will just stay in any direction that you put it. It's up there. It's down here. You know. Yeah, it's great. Honestly, it's so good. It's so good. And it just kind of tucks away as well behind my monitor. You know? I've kind of got a whole vibe going. There's lighting over there. There's the backlight now. I've got the cascading fairy lights up there. I've got the mic, my monitor. There's a lot more space. The whole thing's cleared out. I know this is really boring because a lot of you guys can't see it. But to me, this is like a massive change. It's a massive change. And that's pretty badass. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Alright, let's do a psycho one. Screw it. Screw it. We're doing it. Guys, we're just straight up, we're going for it, alright? Suit, let's go. Let's go. Now, I'm just going to say it. This is an S tier. This is S tier right here. I don't care. It goddamn. It might even... Nah, I'm doing it. It might even be S+. I might even put this at S+. I might even put it at... Oh, my lord. I was talking about it earlier, so it's kind of like... It feels like this is the right time to discuss it, you know? I don't know. I feel like this is like almost unbeatable. This is almost unbeatable. And I'm trying to find a reason to not want it to be S+. I'm trying to find a reason to control that side. But I can't. I feel like it should be. I'm going to need guidance on this one, guys. I know it's early days. I know. And this picture. This is more than a picture. This is a sacred image. This is a sacred image. Right, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. You can't tell me that that is not at least S tier, right? Like, god damn. Doesn't she have her hair down in one of these? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You telling me that's not? That's what I'm saying. See if I have any jewelry on. Alright, let's just call it S. Let's just call it S and call it a day, guys. Let's just call it S and call it a day. Alright, but we might come back to it. I wish there was an easier way to do these polls. Jarvis, do the poll. There's a coat version. There's a coat version? Is that the badass one? Is the coat version the badass one? Huh. I don't know. Let's see. Where's the poll at? Alright, so it is quite split. Someone's gone with lower. That's wild. A tier. He changed his mind. A tier. Right, I feel like S tier at least. Come on. Where is it in the list? Oh, I have to find it in the list. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. I do feel like S plus is gonna end up being a Momo thing. I feel like it's got to be a Momo thing, right? There it is. Found it. I found it really quickly that time. Alright, we're quite divided on this one, guys. It looks like S is winning, which is fine. I mean, S plus is like one of those. S plus is one of those ranks that's like, I just saw your question angle. I don't know what mine would be. It would probably just be something in all black. I just wear black and white for like 90% of my attire. It's just black and white. Like, you know, like the occasional splash of color, but for the most part, it's just monochromatic as it gets. Yeah, it's just like, it's easy, you know? And maybe that's a little, arguably you could say that's a little bit, uninventive, or you're not breaking the mold exactly with it, but it's like, it just goes, man. I don't know, maybe I'll wear some clothes. No, mostly black and white. It's just like, it just works every time, you know. I also find that super vibrant colors don't really match my kind of like thing, you know, like my aesthetic, I guess. I know that sounds precious, but really vibrant colors just feel like they don't really work super well with me. You know, yeah, it's like color is something that I use as a splash kind of thing, like socks or part of like a shirt or something, but they tend to be fairly not dull exactly, but not super in your face kind of thing, just because it's like, I don't know that it really works with me that well. Yes it is, guys. Yes it is, guys. Damn. Which character are we going for? Let's do an Ida one next, guys. Let's do an Ida outfit. Voted lower. Let's see. Aww. She actually doesn't wear as many clothes as I thought she would. She actually has quite a limited wardrobe, all in all, which is quite surprising because you would think that she would have quite a lot of outfits, given that she's kind of a fashionista type. I guess we'll do our first kind of like actual official illustration kind of vibe. That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's alright. Yeah, it's pretty good, to be fair. I can't really argue with that. She rocks and everyone. This is a pretty good outfit. Like, I think I might have chosen one of the best. One of the best ones, to be honest. It's pretty good. Yeah, I guess that it's because she is mainly in school. Yeah, I suppose that's right, Blissy. I don't think she is rich. Like, maybe she is. I don't know. I've not really thought about it. You don't really learn much about the parents, generally speaking, to be honest. You know? Which I suppose is like, you know. I guess she did get like music lessons and everything, so. But I don't know that's necessarily like a testament to her thing, like to her economic status, right? Like, Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true. Her dad does have a huge library with all kinds of books in it. All kinds in it, guys. I don't know. I try not to think about it too much. She's got a good kind of thing going for her, though. Yeah, you're right, Nachen. It's a good vibe. It's a good outfit. God damn. I don't think it's quite S tier, though. S plus tier. I could maybe give it an S, I suppose. It's iconic, I feel. You know, I feel it's pretty iconic. What did you learn, Angle? Or do you mean just about the big spaces? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is like Pinterest or someone like an Instagram kind of thing that you'd see, isn't it? I could see that. I could see that, Kills. For sure. Aww. That's really sad, Angle. Yeah, no, to be honest, that is something that I've always like considered is like, you know, like I don't really want like, look, if I die, guys, if I die, I'd appreciate it if we could do something cool with my body, like something cool, like I don't know what, you know, something that guarantees I won't come back as a zombie. Is pretty high on my list. Something that guarantees I don't come back as a zombie is pretty high on my list. I don't know. Something kind of cool that guarantees that my soul isn't going to be trapped. I don't want my soul to be trapped. Like some people kind of get their ashes and stuff like pressed into a diamond. I don't want that because I feel like my soul would be trapped in that diamond for all time. You know, that is it. So, yeah, blasting my ashes into space is a pretty big one, right? That's what I'd be all about. Let me rejoin the cosmos kind of thing. But that sounds pretty expensive. I don't know that I'm going to have the money to do that. So I'm trying to think like smaller time. Blast my ashes, I don't know, into a Primark. Walk up to a stranger in the street and go... like that, and then look, guys, if I give all of you guys a portion of my ashes and you go and do in someone's face in the street, there is a chance that I might be able to take hold of that person's mind when they breathe me in, and I might be able to come back by taking over their body. So I'll give you all some of my ashes to go and blow them in someone's face, and then maybe I get another shot at it. I get another go round. Yeah, no, you didn't think of that, Max. That's what I'm saying. There's a good chance that might happen. I feel like I have the kind of... Yeah, you're all going to have to get your P.O. boxes sorted out just in case. I think there's a good chance that I have the necessary skills in my spirit to be able to do that. So, and I'm just spitballing things here, guys. There are plenty of other ways to kind of, you know, admire my memory. The best way to admire my memory, though, is to give me more life. Perhaps you could all do some kind of ritual to give up 1 year of your lives to give me a bunch of them. And look, there are like 16 of you here at the moment. That's another 16 years, you know. If everybody in the Discord did it, I'd be living for a pretty long time. Well, I can't do all of the work for you, Max, dude. You got to figure out the ritual yourself, man. You got to figure out the ritual yourself. You know? That's fine as well, Tarantado. There's a chance that if you do that, I'll be able to take over your body, too. What I'm really curious about is if I... Can't I just avenge... I guess you can avenge me. You could do both. It's kind of a bit insulting that you don't want to do both. No, I mean, I'm kind of presuming here, actually. There is a level of presumption involved that you all are going to try to avenge me anyway. It's weird that that's an and/or situation. So that's kind of, let's get that out of the way. What the hell? I expect you all to try to avenge me if I die because of somebody else's fault. And that means accident as well. Even if it's an accident. And I don't want it to be one of those, you find them and you're about to kill them and then you just kind of go, no, it's not worth it kind of things. I don't want that. I want you to do it. All right? I want you to do it at that moment of choice. All right? It's not like, oh, he'd want me to live. No, I would like you to avenge me, please. Very important to me. I mean, Tarantado, in this situation, man. Alright. What we got? A tier. In this situation, dude, I would have already met my demise, so any years you can grant me, I'll take them. Any years. Where is she? Where are you? Ida, where are you? Where are you? I see you. Am I blind? Where is she? Where are the other drugs going? Oh, there you are. She was right at the beginning. She was right at the beginning. Oh, that'd be badass. See, he'd become a paladin, a fallen paladin. Oh, that's badass. Oathbreaker. Oathbreaker. Excellent. Good news, Danny. You'll be the Avengers. Exactly. Yeah. She's under the ad. It was the ad. That's what's done it. Yeah, that would be badass. Oathbreaker. God damn. That'd be so cool. Get on his level, guys. Come on, what you doing? What you doing, guys? Right, let's do 2 more. Alright. I bet. Now this is gonna conflict people. What is that? What on earth is that? S plus, oh no. What on earth is that? S plus, obviously. He's very passionate. It's all about passion. Yeah, we're on a fit tier list. We call it the Dander drip list. God damn. That is good. Alright, I'm going to give you guys the poll, and then I'm going to get more water. I should be allowed to do more than 4 options. Right. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to get some waties. Bottle of water. What's good, guys? What's good? What you do? You did not vote S+. What is wrong with you? I can't trust any of you to get the job done, can I? I swear to God. I wanted this to be nice, a nice calm tier list, right? I called it an antidote to the last one, and look at what you've done. Look at the mess that you've done. Oh my God, guys. This is why I'm so agitated all the time with you people. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. What the hell? My God. What am I meant to do now? It took one session for us to turn into this. Yeah, and this is what... Less than one stream. I give you one thing. One job. And you can't even take it seriously. I hope it's worth the meme, guys. I hope it's worth the meme. I'm eating some coffee cake. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Should I eat it at 11:30? Probably not. I don't care though. Who cares? Yeah, I'm pretty crazy. I'm pretty crazy. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you for a fact, guys, I'm not fucking doing that. I'll tell you right now for a fact, I'm not doing that. You're crazy. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I'm sick of this, man. It's been one session. Thank you, Natchan. Alright, alright. I'm just gonna ask it. I'm just gonna ask you right now, guys. No, for no reason. Right. No. Hold on, guys. Right. No, I hear the oh, I played these games before meme, right? Yeah. But every other time that democracy has been in question, there has been there has been the point of, if you want this thing, you've got to give up your right to democracy. We're at a point where I have nothing to offer you. I'm offering you nothing. I'm just asking. I'm asking you for free. Do you want to give me your democratic rights in this process for free? Do you want to just give it up for free? And you just, you're saying, yeah, you're fine with that. You're all just fine with that as like a thing? I expected sanity of some description, of any description, but apparently not. I thought I was the problem. It's you. You're the problem. You, the viewer at home, or wherever else you are. If you're watching the VOD, some of you watch the VODs, man. That's crazy already to me that you guys are watching the on-demands. Me, don't blame me for this. You people just simply want, I presume. Don't say it's me. I'm not responsible. You are. At a certain point, I could only presume that you guys just prefer to not have to make the hard decisions. Apart from this one, which is also apparently an easy decision for you. You could argue Michael has conditioned us to this process, and that's... Not completely invalid. But I don't know what to say, guys. Alright, we're dropping the meows, are we? Oh, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. And that's 3 minutes, guys. And I guess that means I have the tiebreaker. I guess that gives me the tiebreaker. The system, right there, guys. The system, working as intended. Working as intended. I'm just going to go ahead and say no. I'm going to vote against it. So I'm going to do what I like. This is F tier. What's wrong with you? It's just a t-shirt. It's just a t-shirt. The hell is wrong with you people? That's not... What am I meant to say about that? Just this once. No, it's too late. There's no one instance about it. You've decided. You made your decision. And that is indecision. Alright? And I'll tell you who's not indecisive, as proven there. Me. Alright? So I decide. What are you wearing now, my guy? Alright, that was harsh. Yeah, fair enough. You know what, that's actually a good argument, Blissy. I'll bring him up to a D. My guy. My guy. What the hell? What are you wearing there, my guy? That is such a dig, by the way. What a dig. Needless. Absolutely needless. In front of the entire community. In front of the entire community, you just did that to me. You just said that about me in front of everyone. They're never going to take me seriously now. And I'm known for being taken serious. Yeah, alright, okay, fine. Point's been made. Just a T. Uh-huh. That's fine. Alright. Let's do one more. Anybody want to do anyone specifically here? What we thinking? What we thinking about zoomies? I would do GG next time. Do GG next time. Yeah, this is not his best drip. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not looking his best here. I like his ear piercings. Like, I like his eyebrow and ear piercings. That's pretty badass. But everything else is kind of not looking great. Look at his calves, by the way. Jesus Christ. Look at him. He's so angular. Look at his ankles. He takes someone's eye out. You take a guy's eye out with that. All right. Sorry. Well, did you see his shoes, though? Are you sure that that's a drip? Did you see his shoes? Do you still think it's a drip with his sandals? I think it's probably a B or a C. Probably a... I don't know. I don't know what I'd give it, to be honest. Alright, sorry. My bad. My bad. Well, I don't know. What do you want? What do you guys want? Giving me shit. He's also got a helmet behind there. This is a helmet that's on his neck here. It's like a little helmet. B tier. I see what we did there. Very good. Let it be. Also very good. Very good, guys. You're all very funny. You're very, very funny, guys. Very funny, guys. I do wonder at times what this would be like to actually have vocal feedback. You know? I feel like I'd get through it way quicker. You know? Maybe one day. Maybe one day what I could do is maybe just on the Discord or in an unlisted stream, or maybe not, maybe a one day a special stream, I'd just be able to get some of the yokai power users and have a very quick tier list for, I don't know, maybe the episodes, maybe the Dandadan episodes, season 1 episodes. Really quick one there, and we could all just jump on the stage on Discord or stream it on an unlisted thingy at some point. I think that could be quite fun. Maybe 5,000 subs if anybody wanted to do that, if anybody wanted to see that, you know, because I'm sure that you all enjoy being here with me. I just think it could be at times maybe a little bit more fun to kind of get some actual feedback. Some vocal feedback. Rather than just me. It's just me. You want that show. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you get it. That's if people are interested in doing it. That's the real question. Not everybody wants to be thrust into the tiny little limelight that we have here, guys. Right, so it looks like B. Nobody wants it higher, nobody wants it lower. That's fine with me. Be down for that? Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Just a little discourse about it. That could be fun. Just for like one episode or something, knowing we actually get thingy. When we get like past some kind of landmark, milestone, whatever, if people wanted to do that, you know, could just make it a 1 week special kind of thing, you know. I don't know, it could be fun, I think, but again, I'd kind of need to find out, need to discover what people think, you know. And what the format would look like, obviously. Hiya, Okarun. What's going on, my dude? I did not watch Dragon Ball Z, I'm afraid, Max. I'm actually not much of an anime watcher at all, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I watched very little anime. I've seen very little anime. I've seen probably like a handful in my time. I've seen a handful of anime in my time. Most anime, like, I just kind of never really gravitated towards most of it because of the fact that it tends to be a bit formulaic at times. And that doesn't mean I don't love the aesthetics of anime. I love the aesthetics of anime. I think anime is great, and when it's done well, it's one of the best. It's one of the best formats. It's just I don't really have that much experience with it. Most of my interests, my keenest interest, is video games. But at the end of the day, I just love stories and when they're told well, characters, and when the relationships are broken down and conveyed in the best possible way, to me is what really matters, right? The relationship between Momo and Okarun isn't it's not groundbreaking in the sense that it's oh so complicated. The fact that it's so simple, it's just two people that like each other and they can't really admit it or find a way to convey it is such a simple premise. The plot is crazy, but the plot is secondary to me. What matters is the simplicity of the relationship done perfectly. That's the thing. For me, it's simple stories told perfectly that really work with me. Yeah, I mean, I watched most of Naruto. I skipped a lot of filler, and it's like parts of it were fine. It was mostly not great. Parts of it were fine. The original series, parts of it were pretty good at times. But for the most part, I'm not really into that kind of... Too many episodes turns me off as well. If something goes on forever and ever, I can't do it. I don't have it in me. My soul needs things to have a beginning, middle, end. It hurts too long. Like, it hurts too much for me to stay on focus for something for too long. I just can't do it. It pains me. So yeah, I mean, I'm probably quite ignorant to a lot of the best content out there as far as anime is concerned, but Dandadan, the colors, the style, the story, the characters, everything just meshed so well that it's like I just got completely obsessed, you know. I love Evangelion, right? Like, love Evangelion, but that's because that is really complicated. That is a very complicated world and characters that are very deep. And it's self-contained enough that you can kind of examine it and pick it apart as this thing, this permanent thing for all time, rather than having to add stuff on every season. I'm not a One Piece fan, no. Not because I don't think it's good. Like, I've never actually indulged. I've just kind of like, you know... yeah, look, I don't know. There is the last thing that I want to do, I suppose, is, you know what it is, like with the channel. In fact, you know, let me just finish this thing, this beat here. Where is it? Where are you, Zuma? Unjizuma, where are you? DZ anywhere? Do you see him anywhere? I'll find him. Hold on, I think the cat wants in. Oh yeah, he's under the ad. You upset? Do you want a pillow up? Sorry guys, one sec. No, I would like it if you didn't get hair everywhere. What do you think about that, hey? Yeah. Yeah. Don't rub your face on everything. Just lay down. Cats. Anyway. Yeah, she's just, it's okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I just like stuff that's really self-contained. And one thing that I've never wanted to do with oh, thanks for the heads up there. The last thing that I've ever wanted to do with the channel or anything, I'll drop this into the chapter, the discussion in Discord as well. No, but the last thing that I've ever wanted to do with the channel is to try to pick apart things that I don't like, right? And I've probably gone on about this a lot in the past, right? I've been there, you know. I've picked apart things that I don't like and stuff, and I just think that it's never really conducive to actual criticism, especially on the internet. I find that people think that being highly critical is in some way tantamount to being very, very clever or very, very smart. Making stuff is really, really hard, guys. Making stuff that's of quality is really, really hard. And that doesn't mean that you should love everything. I don't. I really don't. I just try to not give it too much brain space anymore, because it's really, I don't think it's good for you. And it's also kind of like, even if it's not necessarily done just exclusively for creative expression, a group of people, lots of people have likely made something, and if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. Or, if anything, I would prefer that somebody made something that just didn't work for me, if it was what they wanted to make, right? It's easy to go the safe route and to kind of like get the kind of like the lowest common denominator stuff, right? You can go and figure out what works based on test screenings and audience surveys, that kind of thing. You can do that, and it would be palatable for everybody. But the problem is that then it's not expression of one person's signature position, which is what really art should be, is the expression of one or a group of people's signature position, and what it is that they want to say and express. Shitting all over that, for the most part, it's just not worth it. If it doesn't work for you, unless part of it is to show how the way that the audience reacts to things, if you can't not get obsessively negative about it, just don't watch it, don't indulge in it. I sure as shit don't anymore. And the only reason I say this is not because I'm above it. I'm not above it, right? I'm not. There are lots of things that I dislike, lots of things, and things that I did like and now I don't. The problem is that when you start to get obsessed with it, you just become negative, man. You know, and it always grows into something more than what it is. And it doesn't need to. Who cares what you don't? If you don't like something, why waste energy on it? And this is my point. It's not necessarily to say that any of us are doing that. We're not. My point is that the last thing that I want to do with anime or any other stuff is to take a path of kind of like ignorance with it, of like, oh, it is all like this or it is all like that, without properly indulging in it, giving it a proper shot. I'd sooner just not. I'd sooner just not talk about it at all, because it just doesn't really help. Like, you know, like, I just don't see the point. All right, Max, catch you. Good to see you. Okay. But so when I talk about stuff like Dandadan or whatever, the reason that I talk about it is because I love it. It's great. What else is there to say? As far as I'm concerned, that's the primary reason for talking about stuff, you know. All right, Max, no issue, dude. I'll be sure to check. But yeah, no, that's my primary. All right, Angle. Good to see you. Have a good one. Yeah, and that's my thing with Dandadan as well, right? Like the reason that I talk about it and the reason that I obsess over it is because it's great. I think it's fantastic. I think it hits so many different angles, and it's also, I don't know. There's something about it that is in a way that is almost ineffable and impossible to properly pin down, that just connects, if that makes sense. Like, it just makes you feel quite seen, you know. I don't know if it's just because, and I imagine that the majority of the people in this chat, I mean, look, let's face it, we jump on a stream every week to discuss a manga, right? Likely not the most conventional types, right? And that's fine. Like, being unconventional is a boon. It's not something to look negatively upon. Now she wants out. Now the cat wants out. Come on, then. What was I saying? Yeah. Unconventional, right? Being unconventional. Let me in. I need to go back out again. That is real. That is real. Like, I know that you as a cat, you know, are an expert. No, but there is like a yeah, like the characters are all of that same ilk, right? Unconventional in a lot of different ways. And I think that's what makes it easy to connect with them or feel seen in a way. And I guess that's what's really powerful about it, at least for a certain type of person. Like, one thing that I realize about Dandadan is that while for us, for many of us, it's like the pinnacle, is like the absolute pinnacle of this format of storytelling, a lot of people just, it doesn't connect with them. And that's weird to me. I find that weird because it connects with me in like such a crazy way that it's hard to even conceptualize that there are people out there who don't necessarily enjoy it. Even though there are a lot of them as well, right? Like, there are a crazy amount of people who don't care about Dandadan. In fact, they're actively quite hostile about it, which is even crazier. And I can only presume, to some degree, that that's because there is an element of it not helping them feel, or them not being in the demographic that feels particularly seen by it, right? And you can put that down to not caring about the romance element to it, but which is a hefty part of it. But I don't know, like, anime communities are weird, you know. All right, Hoops, no worries, dude. No worries, dude. But I guess that's why I value the Discord. By the way, guys, I've barely plugged it. Any of you who aren't in the Discord, guys, my Patreon link is in the description. Join as a free member. You can join as a free member, and that will get you access to the Discord link so that you can join. It's the best community on the internet for Dandadan and a bunch of other stuff. It's not just that. It's not just Dandadan. It's lots of other things. You know, everybody there is really, really kind. And everybody there is really just interested in stuff. And that's crazy to me. It's just how interested they are, right? Like, you know, like, it's great to be interesting, right? It's really great to be interesting and for people to be interested in you. But it is a completely other thing to be interested in other people. And I think that's a much more powerful tool, right? And it's a personality trait that I think is more interesting, funnily enough, ironically enough, than just making it so that everybody's like, oh, well, this person's particularly interesting in some way, shape, or form, right? Because people who are interested, it's easier to hold a conversation with them because they actually want to hear what it is that you have to say, and they aren't just waiting for their turn to talk, right? And that's what's great about the Discord, you know? Even people just like talking in the morning and just being like saying to each other like morning is just nice, right? I feel like that's something you don't really do as much if you're not in like a conventional kind of 9-to-5 role or in a house with family or something. It just kind of falls to the wayside. Like when I get up and I go to work, and by go to work I mean come in here, it's just kind of like radio silence until I've got like a meeting or something. I don't know if that's, again, conventional, but I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice touch point, I think, for a lot of people. I don't necessarily always, I'm losing focus for some reason, do it, but like, it's nice. Yeah, it's good. It's nice there. So my point is, it's a rather long plug for the Discord, right? Join the Discord, guys. Like, honestly, like, we're over 100 people now, guys. There's over 100 of us. Okay, sooner or later we're gonna start tackling, taking over nations, building a nation. All right, building a nation, and that's, you know, it is cute. It is cute. Like, I don't really typically do it, to be honest, because I'm ashamed of when I actually get around to getting out of bed. But it's nice. It's just a small thing. It's just a small thing, but much like, well, obviously in the videos what I talk about, these little rituals in life, those little rituals in life are really important to that feeling of normalcy, and also a feeling of being accepted or in a group, you know, like an in-group rather than an outsider. Those little rituals and being part of them are really important to feeling like that. Yeah, what Danny said, genuinely. And like I said, people are just genuinely interested. It doesn't need to be about Dandadan, although that is a huge part of it, right? Everybody's obsessed with Dandadan over there, which is great. Nobody would know exactly that, chat. Everybody's obsessed with Dandadan over there, obviously. And presumably everybody here in this stream right now is probably from there. There might be a few of you that aren't, but the majority are. And they show up, man. Like, it's crazy. I've already mentioned this before, but it's crazy to me that I can just get up at any point, right? Yeah. 2 a.m. for the... Wow, off to work. That's, yeah. This is my point. This is what I was about to say, Tarantado, right? For me, what's crazy is that I can get up at any point and just be like, okay, I'm going to stream in 5 minutes. And there'll be somebody who's there who's up for that. That's wild. That's wild to me. That's ridiculous to me. It's a good kind of wild. It's a good kind of ridiculous. But it is ridiculous. You know? And I like, people just have time. Like, they make time. And it's pretty cool. I suppose there's also the element of the fact that we kind of more and more are doing more community-driven things, projects. Even if that's just playing games every now and then, as you probably have seen here, or doing well, streaming, or whether that's just doing stupid stuff. Like, there are a bunch of things that we've got planned that need to actually take actualization, and kind of illustrate themselves, like, happening, like the actual plans for it. But there's a lot of really weird, ridiculous stuff, like a Discord-wide game of werewolf, right? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that, sure. You know, or a small group of people doing like Dungeons and Dragons. That's like, okay, let's just do that. Screw it. Let's do that and stream it. I don't care. It's gonna be really interesting. All of it is really interesting. All of it is really exciting, and it's also kind of like it forgoes that element of life that's like, as you grow older, people tend to kind of go off and drift away and do their own things and stuff, because of the fact that there's so many people who probably all have elements of that in their own lives as well, which makes sense. I mean, you can't avoid that. It's part of life, right? But the fact that there's so many people there who are also maybe feel similarly, or have time, right, to do stuff. That I don't want to dress it up. That's what it is. You have time to do stuff, or want to do stuff. That's exciting, because it gives us all a little bit of flexibility, and it's just fun. Sometimes it's just fun. That's just that you don't need any kind of like really massive, ridiculous explanation of it. Sometimes it's just fun to do shit, man. I just enjoy doing stuff. Playing Repo, all right. There are a bunch of streams, and the links are all accessible, on the Discord. They're unlisted streams, so you have to follow the link to get to them. I think there might be a playlist. I might have a playlist on the channel where you can access them. Those games, that Repo is just so fun, right? I'm playing Repo with a bunch of the communities. Absolutely just amazing. It's so funny. And it's like, I don't know, games are fun again for me. Like, it's not that games were never fun. It's just, it's not that games stopped being fun. I just stopped having as much of a drive to play them. Or I was playing them just to kind of like, what would you say, ground myself, right? Like that is one of the main mechanisms for me of relieving stress, or to provide myself with a baseline, almost, is to play a video game of some description. I don't know why, it just always has been. I think it's because it's just something I grew up doing, obsessively. So I would just play games just to play them. But yeah, playing games on stream has been really engaging for me, if that makes sense. Relaxing. And it has been grounding as well, but I also feel like it's just, it's hard to even explain it. It's just a superior way to play video games is for people to be watching it. Oh, I'm glad that people enjoy watching it as well, obviously. Like, you know, it makes it way harder to actually get through the game, because you need to set aside time to make a thumbnail or whatever. But it just makes it more valuable to actually do. Why am I keep losing focus? What's going on? Yeah, it's just like relaxing, and it is that kind of element of like, you know, sometimes as well, like especially because like you don't necessarily like, I mean, like you have friends along lots of different dimensions, right? Like of preferences and stuff like that. But no, sometimes like a lot of my friends are kind of slightly normie, and that's fine. I love that. They're fantastic. It's just like, this is not their vibe, right? Not all of these things are their vibe. So having the, you know, a community of people there that it is their vibe, or at least somebody's vibe. Like, I've always wanted to play Yakuza, but it's one of those games that I feel like I want to express at each moment how ridiculous the situation is that you're in, or how silly the plot or irreverent the plot is. But it's like, if you're just doing that on your own, it's like, who are you talking to? Like, even here, I'm just talking at this thing. It's weird. It's really weird, actually. I've mentioned it a bunch in the past, right? But it is so surreal just talking to that thing. In fact, in a lot of ways, because of the fact that my stream is actually right there and the comments are down the side, it's like I'm talking at myself in a way. It's very bizarre, and I'm more used to it now just because, but it's strange. It's undeniably strange, guys. You know, it is strange. it feels like this is normally the portion where there's like, a topic or a specific thing that's being brought forward as like the wind down vibe, if that makes sense. And usually that gets quite deep at times, I find. Like it can be quite it can be quite in depth, and that's always great. I really enjoy that. But I don't know, it is also one of those things that just kind of ebbs and flows, if that makes sense. You know, I did speak about actually in the Discord about like having kind of like a topical approach to this kind of thing, and I still wonder whether or not that would work. But also, it's not something that, it's funny because it just kind of bleeds out a lot of the time, doesn't it? Like based on what it is that we're talking about at the time, or the kind of direction that we've taken, if that makes sense. Like, it is strange because there is like a back and forth happening, despite the fact that I'm kind of talking to me, I'm kind of talking to myself, and it's odd. I'm glad to hear that, Danny. I mean, it's strange because like, you know what? It's hard to exactly, like, some of you have been on some of you have been on stream and stuff with me, or with or presumably also in other opportunities, right, in the past. But some of you have been on stream playing games and stuff, so you understand the format, right? And it's always really interesting because there is that element of, you know, you've got to look at chat, or you've got to kind of communicate with the other people that are playing a game or whatever. But this is a very strange segment because there is no focus anymore. The chapter's done, you know, the tier list is done, and we're just kind of like in a vibe, right? So there's no real thing to staple yourself onto. Like, if you run out of things to say when you're doing the previous stuff, you can just latch back onto it, right? Here, it's just, the whole point is just chatting, it's just talking, and for me, that I like that. That's my kind of thing. But it's also kind of like, it's strange. It's a very strange thing. I don't know if it's something that you ever kind of get used to. But the best way that I've been able to kind of deconstruct it, right? And hopefully I'm not a crazy person when I say this, right? But you know when you're walking around in your flat or your house or whatever, and you're kind of like, you know, it's just you, right? It's just you. Maybe it's your cat or whatever, right? And you just kind of like, I don't know, maybe you've had a day, maybe you've not. Maybe you've not had a bad day, you just had a day. And you just talk to yourself, or talk at yourself, or you see yourself in the mirror and you'll just say something to yourself. It's kind of like that. I don't know if everybody does that, right? I just talk because that's the way that I am able to communicate. That's the best way that I can find to communicate is through speech. It's far better than just sitting and mulling things over for me. It's like, it's a necessary component to properly comprehending the way that I view the world, or to kind of assess how things have been throughout the day or throughout the week or whatever, or just my general mental state at the time. That, if you know what I'm talking about, when I presume that's a universal. That is what this kind of is, except it's not just you that's listening, if that makes sense. Like, there is I wouldn't say that this is a performative kind of thing, because I don't feel particularly performative. I feel just like I'm talking, partially to me and partially to you. And it's the partially to you part that is quite a curious thing. That's where it differs, right? Not dramatically, obviously, but somewhat. And that's the part that, I don't know, does that make sense? Does any of that make sense? I know that it's not exactly the easiest thing to envision because it's kind of like monologue. It's kind of like a monologue, right? If that makes sense. Or a what would you call it? A soliloquy. You know? It kind of feels like a soliloquy, but unscripted. Like an unscripted soliloquy. It's very bizarre. But it is, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. But it's good. It's good weird. Good weird is probably the best kind of weird. You know? And I don't know. It does kind of help. Usually the audience is imaginary. Yeah. Like, I'd never go so far as to you know, when you're replaying in your head, like, oh, I should have said this. Oh yeah, if I'd said this, that would have made the conversation go differently. I'd never do that. That's still for me. So there is that. There is a bit of a barrier there. But I don't know. It's just very difficult to kind of like conceptualize outside of me trying to explain it with varying degrees of success. I do feel like a lot of the people who are here are quite like-minded or somewhat similar, but I guess people are more it like what I was just explaining to you. I presume that's universal and that most people experience that, and it is quite fascinating that I think that they do, because we're all a bit more the same than we are different, in a way, in a lot of ways. That's so strange that I can just presume that you guys experience something that is just in my head, just me, right? Because I presume that you guys experience the same thing, but for just you. And it's even stranger to conceive of the possibility that people are interested in listening to that. You know, like the things that you think or talk or want to talk to yourself at 2 a.m. about are things that people are interested in conversing about, or even just listening to, right? Because this isn't necessarily a conversation. There is an element of me blabbing at you, and I do feel self-conscious about it at times. Like, I've made that clear, and I think that you guys know that, because sometimes the chat slows down, or I'll start talking about something that I feel particularly involved in or interested in, and that results in things just going quiet, and that's fine. It's just there is that voice in the back of your head that's telling you that, like, maybe you should just like move on to the next thing now. And yeah, I mean, I still have that, obviously. I don't think that's going to go away. I think everybody has that degree of self-doubt. I don't think it's a bad thing. But I don't know. It's kind of like a weird little therapy session in a way. I know that's ridiculous. But I don't know. There aren't that many avenues for you to just kind of do this, right? I mean, most people don't necessarily have... Yeah. Most people don't. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that. Most people usually don't have the avenue. Most of the time, like, my point is that most people, the majority of people, go and they talk to themselves in the mirror, and that's the way that they do it. And that's how I've done it for most of my life as well, right? But here we are, not doing that, and that's pretty cool. and that's pretty cool. And sometimes I have more to say than other times. Like right now, I'm just kind of like just vibing. Most of it, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of it just doesn't necessarily need to even make real sense sometimes, which is why I have to ask you all the time whether or not that makes sense when I say something. And usually it does. Or either that or you're just being kind, guys. It's either that or you're just being kind. And if that's the case, I appreciate it regardless. I appreciate it regardless. You know? That being said, guys, if appreciate it, Blissy, yeah. Nah, that does also feel like part of it. Nah, what? No way. Would we? Are we doing? No. Don't even say that. Don't even ask that, man. No. That being said, guys, if anybody want okay, yay. That being said, guys, if anybody does want a specific topical kind of thing, we can do that, right? Like, I'm happy to do that as well. Like I said, I did suggest it. Okay, yay. I did run it past in the Discord, but it just kind of turned into more Dandadan stuff, I guess. And that's fine. Happy to talk about Dandadan. I'm obsessed with Dandadan. It's just after 2 hours or more of Dandadan. Sometimes it's nice to kind of like just touch kind of like base, I guess, with where we're at. You know? Like, I think so anyway. So if anybody did want to have a specific topic, we could do that. And I'm happy to run that in the Discord again. Guys, this arm is so cool. Look at me, I can move all over the place. If I want to sit over here, I can sit over here now. See? I don't know why I would want to. You know? If I want to go over here, I can go over here now. Look. See? And now I'm over here. I'm not a moron, alright? I'm not a moron. I swear to God, I'm not. There we go. Thank you, Bussy. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't flow. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't flow necessarily. Sometimes I feel like it takes a bit of work to get to the next topic or something. Or smooth. Shut up. You don't know how cool my desk looks right now. In fact, I'll take a picture of it now. I'll take a picture of it for the Discord, actually. I don't know what I'll do with my phone. But if I had it, I'd take a picture of it. So think about that. I don't know where it is. It takes a lot of effort to make things look effortless. Yeah. Sometimes it's just like... Sometimes it just flows really naturally, and sometimes it doesn't, right? Like... I think today is maybe a little bit more work on my end, but it's been a long day. Sometimes it's really easy. Last week was very easy, you know, but that's because there was something I wanted to say. You know, like not every week is going to be like I've got something to say kind of thing, right? And honestly, last week was a huge combination of various different things that had been kicking around in my mind, or that I'd seen, or in relation to the tier list, and also the finality of things, right? There's something to be said, I think, for endings, if that makes sense. They're always like, I don't know. Just the fact that you could have something that's going, right? Even a tier list, and I feel like we've attached a lot of. I feel like I have, and many other people have projected slightly onto the tier list, which is silly to think about because it's a tier list. But I do think that there is something to be said for something that's just going along and it's just part of the streams. It's just a segment. It goes and then it just stops, right? You reach your end point with it and it's like, where do you go from there? And the feelings I find that even the finality of that tier list brought about, not just for me, and I you know, you could probably tell last week that it, you know, had a bit of an impact on me. And it did, because it was perfectly aligned with a bunch of other stuff that I've been thinking about and considering around that period of time. Right? And some of it's suitable for discussion and some of it's not. And that's fine, because that's why we project. That's why we project onto things, right? But I think above everything else, man, it just felt like really good to be able to complete and end something on such a satisfying note. You know? Because a lot of the time you get things that are just a wet fart of an ending. And I wouldn't go so far as to say the streams were anything tantamount to art, because they weren't. It was closer to some kind. There's an expression. Yeah, there's an expression tied up in it, of course. But it's not. I wouldn't consider it art necessarily. But there was an element of a community-driven, not experiment, but, well, maybe a little bit of an experiment, but there were no real variables outside of whether or not we could all actually come to a satisfying conclusion. And what I was so curious, guys. I was so curious through the whole thing to see how people would react to it, because it's kind of like, it's maybe a little manipulative, right? Maybe it's a little manipulative. I'm not gonna shy away from that. It's a little manipulative, but I don't know. There was something to it that felt yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, I guess it's hard to know exactly how you can even quantify something or classify something as art or not. It meant something to people, and that to me is the whole point, right? It's very different from like the Oak Room video, which is very explicitly designed to conjure a very specific emotion from people. This is all constructed and designed and written and edited to elicit a specific type of sensation from someone. But the last week and the tier list up until that point, the building of frustrations within people to a point where even I at times, right? Even I at times felt completely uncomfortable. Completely uncomfortable with the continuation of the tier list, because it felt like people were getting really upset. So I was in it as much as anybody else was. It wasn't just purely like some kind of puppet master kind of thing. I'd love it to have been that, but it wasn't. It had a lot of different expressions, all tied up into a singular kind of like thing that everybody kind of focused on. And it's just bizarre to be able to kind of like finality, ending points, right? That's my point. Is to create that, and for us all to chart a course with that, all the frustration building up and the annoyance and everything, and probably a bit, like I said, projection. People are frustrated in all kinds of things in life. I am. Everybody is. It could be stuff that you have control over. It could be stuff that other people have control over. I don't know. Point is that there is a lot of things that frustrate. And adding to that is on a channel that people can opt out of at any minute is something that is a little bit uncomfortable at times, and it made me uncomfortable at times. So it felt like almost an experiment occasionally. But reaching that finale point with it, all of that stuff gets turned on its head in a way. And that's why I've decided to kind of like leave it and let it be, at least for now. Because at least until I need to dig up its corpse for views. Because it was good, you know? I like the idea of us doing new things as well. I don't want to linger on the same stuff forever. Everything should innovate, because if it stagnates, then it decays. You know? And that's the same with what we're doing here. I don't want to get to a point where it's like, oh, well, now I've got to put out this thing, and I've got to do this, or I've got to do that. Because that's not the point of the channel. That's not the point. It's like, I want to do this, I want to do that, so let's do that. So many people have just fallen into the same routines and stuff, and that's not the point. So this changing to a completely different tone. There is no grand design, by the way, guys, to this tier list that I'm doing. There is no grand design here. This is completely just genuinely just let's have fun with a tier list this time. I don't expect it to have the same impact as the last one, but nor should it, because it's different. Because it's, in my opinion, an innovation for what it is that we do with the tier lists, or that second segment of the stream. And I suppose I'm starting to lose the point of what I was talking about, but the initial thread was there is that kind of finality, that kind of end point is very strange, you know. But I like it. It's important to kind of find endings, because it caps off everything else, you know, in a way. You know, because if we had never ended that, again, just using that as an example, if we'd never ended that, then all of the frustrations would have just been frustrations. Thank you. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. Yeah, all of the frustrations would have just been frustrations, and there would have been no catharsis, and the catharsis was the point. And it's easy to lose that when you're in it, right? When you're creating it and you're controlling the situation, or creating an intensity in the situation, it's very tempting to just let that go on, because it gets views, right? It gets views. It does. People got frustrated about it, and I felt I don't know. It makes you feel weirdly in control, guys, right? Like, it makes you feel weirdly in control of a situation and stuff, and it feels quite fun. It's enjoyable to be in that control point, but it needs to end, because it needs to be released in something. And that end point for me was incredibly emotional. You know, I mean, the stream itself was quite short because of that. It was incredibly emotional because it fucking, I don't know. Hi Orbis, yeah, you made it in the tail end, my dude. Welcome. I think what it is being able to, I think that, and it's so cheesy, it feels so cheesy to say, right? But the genuinely, the best part of all of this for me is being able to impact people in some way, you know, because it feels like life is designed to make you feel so small. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's like you feel like you don't have a voice, or that your existence is just kind of like relegated to getting up, going out into, going to work, clocking in, doing your job, which is pretty procedural at times, going home and then just doing it again. And it just feels like your life makes you feel so small. You don't get to see the way that you impact people necessarily. And that's how I felt for a long time. You know, like small. But being able to even like what, there are 8 people on this stream right now. We max out at like 30, 40, something like that. But you know, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people have watched my content at this point. And well, maybe not hundreds of thousands of people, but hundreds of thousands of views. And to me, that is like, it's the opposite. It's the absolute opposite of that feeling. You know, because that's impact, and that's the closest thing currently. That's the closest thing currently that I have to, in the most narcissistic way possible, the closest thing that I have to something tantamount to any kind of legacy. You know, a marker to having been is that, you know, and they are, and that's not views, that's not like that's not looking at numbers and analytics. It's the fact that those are people that have seen the content, watched the content, connected with the content, even not liked the content, is, I don't know, it's something, you know, like it's something, like people in being in the Discord and communicating with each other, like just recently some people met up in real life, so people have made friends, and they've done that themselves. That's not, I didn't do that for them, obviously. They've all done that themselves, they've earned that themselves. But knowing that you could have an inception point, or a role in the facilitation of that by doing something, creates that feeling of not being so small, if that makes sense, of kind of having impact in the world, you know, because it does, like I said, it's there, it's designed to kind of make you feel small. I don't know. That is just flowing into that is a therapy session, by the way. That is a therapy session. And you know, also on top of that, I also value all the connections that I've made through this as well. It's not just like, oh, I bequeath this onto you all. Like, I value it as much as anybody else, right? I'm really glad that I made that stupid fucking video. It's not stupid. Don't tell Natchan I said that. Just because it's like, it's created something really good in my life as well. You know, you don't necessarily know that what something as simple no, please, not the Vamnola. You don't know what something as small as that, like, I mean, look at my fucking office, man. Like, look at this room. It shouldn't look like this, you know. I've been here for years and it didn't look like this. It was just a room, you know, and now it's a room with a purpose. She's gonna Vamnola it retroactively. Yeah, you're right. And that's kind of it. Like, I feel like I have a purpose, and it's like, it's good. You know, that doesn't mean that things are perfect. They never are. When are they? When are they? You know, the bad things are still there. It's just now it's a little bit more weighed out by purpose, and it gives you a feeling of, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, look at the wall. Look at the wall. I have an arm here. You know, that wall. I've been here for years. I've lived here for years. That wall has been bare the whole time, right? Even a stupid like hat that I've got up there, I only put that up because it's like, okay, well, what would the stream like to see? What would make it look better for the stream? Like that light, when I got it, I was like, oh, that would look really good for the stream. My desk being tidy so I can work better. The arm, it would all be better for the stream, right? And these are things that make me happy. Like the over here is a mess. You can't see over here, but it's a mess. But I'm gonna deal with that soon because it would make it better for the stream. It would make it better for me as well. We do like hats here. Orbis, we do like hats. I suppose, like, for me, the point is that I don't know. It gives you some kind of degree of more or less of an understanding of your place in the world, I guess, and more of a comprehension of your impact in it. You know, because there's no reason that anybody should feel like there is nothing to strive for just because they're in a position. And that's getting back to my original prompt for even talking about this, is that is the best thing to come out of the finality. The end point of that stream is that it retroactively refits everything that all the annoyances that everybody felt, all the frustration that everybody felt at each stage of the streams when we would get to the rankings and stuff, that is now reframed to mean something because there was a purpose to it, a reason for it, and that's the only thing that really was important about it. And I feel the same way about this as well. So I tried, I guess. It was partially designed to, but it exceeded my own expectations, but it was partially designed to try to pass that on a little bit, if that makes sense. It was just to kind of like, it was just a social experiment, bro. It was just to try and pass on a bit of that. It was a story. We made a story. Hi, Zenny. What's going on? You made it to the real tail end of it, you know? But you did make it, yes. Well done. Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It grew arms and legs, for sure. Yeah, you know what? You got me. His heart. I wouldn't feel like this about anything else, right? In a way. It has a uniqueness to it, doesn't it? Like it does have a uniqueness to it, and you know, most of the time people's stories come from their minds or no, you're right, the first tier list was just a tier list, wasn't it? It was just a tier list, like people, yeah, we had 2 whole things where we ranked the arcs. Yeah, no, you're right. I think it was more, wasn't it? It didn't initially start as that. It just became that. And it was a point like somewhere a few weeks in where I was just like, I'm going to just make this a whole thing where I pretend that I'm going to keep this away from them. And then it just became this thing, you know? And it did kind of turn into a bit of a social experiment just to see. But it wrote itself. I don't know. It wrote itself. It's weird. I know. That was blissy. That was blissy. Like, I don't know. That's weird. It's also weird, man. Oh, it's so good though. That whole thing was like, I don't know. It was a story that wrote itself. It was a story that wrote itself. You know? Like, how it doesn't get better than that. It was like an improv that nobody knew they were taking part in. It's so strange. You know, one day I'll just go back and clip all of the tier list segments and just make them into one long nightmare thing, and then hang it in a museum as an eternally running MP4 that that's just constantly running, you know. There must be a law against that forced improv. Yeah, that's just existence, isn't it? I don't know. It was pretty funny. Like, oh, I don't know. It was. I just enjoyed how into it everybody was, man. It wasn't even a joke. Especially the people who got so sick of it that they said, "Oh, I don't care anymore," right? Oh no, I don't care anymore. All right, I don't even care where people are listed anymore because I just don't. It's like, okay, you don't care, okay. You actually care the most. You actually care the most because it got to you so much that you can just go, I don't even care about it. I don't know. It's funny, really, isn't it? When you think about it, we're all just kind of weirdos, man. We're all just kind of weirdos. But whatever. Fuck it. Let's go. You know, we did it. And like I said, like, the point of this was that there is something to things ending, I guess. And it was a very exhausting experience. And you know, even the hiatus came at the perfect time to give us that opportunity. I don't think it would have hit the same if there was a huge prelude of a manga analysis before it as well. I don't think it would have hit the same, right? It was unique, you know. Like, another thing that I was like, there are a few channels, right? There are a few channels that I go and I look at just to kind of see what's going on. It's not, I won't call it competition because everybody serves their own audience, right? Everybody serves their own audience. And so I wouldn't call it competition, and nor would I try to rate us versus them in any real capacity, right? But I saw recently that there was one of these channels I was looking at slightly changed up their streaming content and started kind of like doing read-throughs essentially of Dandadan, and also featured a 2-camera kind of vibe as opposed to the typical character just on screen, like a little cartoon character. They've got like an illustration of themselves that they use for videos. You see that quite commonly, right? But they started kind of embracing the same kind of like initial format that we do, and that's fine. Like, if that is at all impacted by what we're doing here, that's really cool. That is really cool because we're much smaller. If it's not, that's serendipity, isn't it? But it did lead me to think, like, you know, what differs between here versus there, right? I I don't know. The only solution, the only answer I could come to was audience. Like, I don't know that audience as well as you guys, but this is as good as it gets, right? That's the thing. That's the takeaway for me, is that this audience is great, right? There is no getting better than this. And I feel that since embracing the audience fully, since fully embracing the audience here, things have just not even skyrocketed in analytics in any way, right? But just holistically, they're as good as they've been, better than they've been because of that. And I can't see any other community on the internet or anywhere else that could match that, right? And that what we did last week is evidence to that. Where else would people get so invested in that to end up where we ended up? Is crazy to me. And it takes a lot of nurturing, and it takes a lot of focus, and it takes a lot of people embracing the each other and this whole thing, you know. And I just feel like genuinely there is nowhere else that would do that, because nobody else is that weird but like also not that inspired and inspiring and enamored, you know. Like, I feel like if I just out of existence, I stopped existing tomorrow, and the Discord kept existing, it would just chug on like it always has. It doesn't need a constant feed of whatever it is, the videos, the streams. It's nice, it helps, but I just feel like as a community, there's a degree of cohesion to the point that I don't necessarily feel like thingy. Like I need to direct it in any way. Oh yeah, no, I need to see the movie first, obviously. Obviously I need to see the movie first. Of course. And then I'll poof. Then I'll poof. But I don't know, that's good, I think. Yeah. I'm glad that you like that. I'm glad that people have favorite quotes, man. That's crazy. Oh my god. That's crazy that people have favorite quotes of my stuff. That's wild, man. My god. People have quotes that they remember from the videos. That's nuts. It's like actual like stuff. That's like actual like stuff that people watch. Like, I know that's obviously that sounds ridiculous to you guys, right? But for me, that's crazy, right? Imagine like you just like people have quotes. Oh no, I don't think I could sit in on watching that discussion. I don't think I could sit in on watching that discussion. That's like people have quotes that they like. Do I even have a quote? I have parts of the videos that... No, I do. No, I know what my favorite is, actually. I know what my favorite is. I don't think I'll say it, though. Oh, I like that. That's the end quote, isn't it? So many of these are just like... You don't want to know what mine is, right? Let me see if I can just... Let me just grab up the actual script for it. All right, let me grab up the script for it. Let me find the actual script so I can get it right. You gotta understand that for me there is almost an element of I'll tell you, I will. For me there is almost an element of I don't want anybody to tell me that it's not like valid, right? Because I completely hear you. If I were in your guys' position, I'd say the same thing. But for me, there is a degree of imposter syndrome that comes with this whole thing. I know what mine is. Right. Mine is, hold on guys, I found it. I think it's not just the actual the word, that the bit that's actually just the, it's not just the script, right? I'm looking at the script now. It's not just the script, it's the everything that leads up to it, and the swelling of the music and stuff. I was really proud of it. It's the bit where it's like, it's in the Okarun video, and it's the Dan Mara arc bit, right? And he's talking about, I'm referring to, I say, if he has to fight without them, then so be it. Because love isn't words. Because love isn't just words. It isn't words, and it isn't just strength. It's standing up when you have nothing left to give and still pushing forward. That is my favorite quote, just because of everything about it that... I should look at chat, hold on. It's just because... Yeah, I'm telling you. This status. That was ages ago. No, I remember that. No, but it's like that for me is like the pinnacle. That for me is like the pinnacle of his character arc. That is the thing. That is him in a nutshell, right? It's there's nothing else, you know. Like, I think that there's such an incredible kind of like, there's an incredible element to futility, desperate futility, right? The idea that he's just this kid at this point, right? He's done everything, and the question that remains is, how did he do it? Why did he do it? Was it the fact that he had powers? Or was it the fact that he was this person who could do these things, and if he cares enough, should powers stop him from trying? You know? And that to me is like the pinnacle of his character. And that bit in the video I was very proud of. That whole bit, that whole last section, by the way. That whole last section, I remember I had recorded everything, and it had been recorded for a couple of days, and I was listening back to it at work. I do that sometimes just to make sure that it's ready. I was listening back to it at work, and that last segment just didn't sound right. That whole last segment didn't sound right, so I was just like, I'll just re-record it after work really quick and then get straight to editing. And I'm so glad that I did, because it sounded awful before. It just didn't work. And there was a whole extra segment after that which I didn't record, that I got rid of, because I felt like it just ended well there. But that's my quote. That's my quote. I see that we have the same quote, which is... I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say for the fact that we have the same quote. Like, brain cell, maybe? Feels like it feels like that's a lot. That's a big brain cell, right? That's a big brain cell moment, because there's so many words in these scripts. You know, like yeah, we're not beating the reskin allegations. Yeah. It's quite funny, really, isn't it? But it's just one of those things that really worked. I feel it just really worked so well in the script. And that video is like probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite at this point. And I also suspect that it is doing quite well for itself. You know, it does feel like there's been an ever so slight influx of viewership recently. Yeah, like especially the Okarun video is doing very well for itself, which is really great to see. which is really great to see, to be honest. Like, is it just shy of 30,000 views at this point, which is so crazy. So crazy, because it got there completely without that massive boost that the Momo one had, which is cool. It's very cool to see that it got there on its own steam, you know. And I really enjoy that about it, is that it got there on its own steam without the algorithm feeling like it needed to push it dramatically, which is cool, you know. But I'm glad that's a quote that works with people, because I enjoy that quote a lot, as you can tell, to the point where, but like my point was, right, my point was it's crazy that people have favorite quotes at all. It's crazy that people have favorite quotes whatsoever. I don't know, like what the hell. It's very validating, but it's also very it's very humbling. It's a very humbling thing to have. Like, how can you it just makes it feel like a production, if that makes sense, like it's an actual production thing. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a kind of like, it helps to do away with the feeling that it's just kind of like what would you say, like a fancy, if that makes sense, like a fantasy kind of thing, like oh, it's just a hobby that you're doing wherever. But at that point it starts to feel like an actual entertainment piece, or rather a well, it's almost like a mini film in its own way, right? Like it feels more like it's purpose driven, if that makes sense, as opposed to just being the video that you just write and make in a room in your house that's just like you in your spare time doing X, Y, and Z. It's like it's a thing that you've made and people have connected with and is funded, so it becomes an actual thing. It becomes a production. It becomes artistically significant to be considered something beyond just I don't know what the distinction is, if I'm completely honest with you. I think that the only reason that there is any distinction in my mind is purely because I've created some distinction because it's my own stuff, right? I don't know. Honestly. Should just get fucking, like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I should just get a therapist, clearly. Like, clearly. I just go round in circles. I go round in circles about the same stuff. You know? Ridiculous. It's the same fucking stuff. I don't know, like, I don't know what to say. It's fun though. I enjoy it. This is free. That's the selling point, guys. You know, crazy that yeah. You know what it is? I just like the sound of my own voice. Clearly, I just like hearing myself speak, which I've been accused of more than once in my life. I swear to God. I just talk. I just talk and talk and talk. But I just, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's true. I mean, it is true. It has to be true. Ain't nobody on earth who does anything like this not the kind of person who enjoys listening to themselves talk. Exactly. without getting paid. Yeah, yeah, that's true. If anything, you guys pay me. That's crazy. You know, like that's how people become. That's how like people like in this kind of like. You know, I hesitate to say we because I'm not a streamer. There are people who stream 8 hours a day. Exhausting. That sounds exhausting. Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day we'll do an 8-hour stream. But there are. I can understand how these people start to get weird about it, right? I think personally, I'm maybe a little bit too self-aware or self-conscious to end up in that point anytime soon, right? But I can understand how people end up getting really weird in these positions because it's like if you're there all day talking at a screen and there are thousands and thousands of people like right now there's like what, like a handful of us, like a baker's dozen, right? But if you've got like 15,000 people watching you talk at just nothing, you're just talking to yourself, that's gonna screw with you, man. That's gonna really mess you up, dude. Like, what the hell? How do you get through that kind of? If there was 100 of you, if there were 100 people right now in this chat, I'd be like completely just like, well, I don't know what the fuck to even say, right? Completely different situation. Like we maxed out at like, I think it was like on the trailer reaction, that first trailer reaction, at like 50 or something, right? I was in meltdown. I had to turn on the hey, what's up, guys? Business, right? Like it was wild. Okay, imagine that. 15,000 people would be ridiculous. At that point, it's just like your brain would melt. Oh god! Don't forget to hit that bell, guys. Like and subscribe. It really helps a lot, guys. I feel like I did an American accent for something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was the Anime Awards thing. The Crunchy Nut. The Cereal Awards. No, the Crunchyroll Awards. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. It was something Burger King related or something. Crunchy Nut Awards. I don't remember what it was. I think it was related to Burger King, Freyren and Burger King somehow. I don't remember why. Sometimes I black out. It's like when I did the Ida Valley Girl bit, right? Like, what the hell was that? I'm gonna do more of that. I'm gonna do more of those. No, screw it. I'm gonna do more of those. By the way, anybody who hasn't seen that, it's in the Discord. It's pinned in general. Yeah, that was it. It was something sponsored by Burger King or something like that, because that is what those awards basically sounded like, right? Right. Get your Sword Art Online burger meal, supreme supreme burger meal. That's what Freyren eats. That's what Freyren eats. It's so stupid, but it's like basically what they would do, right? Right? Like Kurito-kun, he loves to chug Mountain Dew when he's gaming to free all the people of the Sword Art Online. I know, it's lost. It's lost now in the annals of Discord. Never to be found. Never to be found. I think I did forward it to General because I was really proud of it. It was absolutely just unhinged behavior though. but it is there somewhere. So perhaps we'll find it. It's like, I don't know, it's the most generic American accent, but because I'm not American, in my mind it's like, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. It's like any American, it's like putting on a pip pip cheerio. For us, it's like, oh, that sounded good, didn't it? It's like when Wolf does like a English accent. It sounds awful, it sounds dreadful, but he tries, and to him it probably sounds good, and to everybody else not from here it probably sounds really good, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh my god. I'm like totally fine with that. Just get out of here. Just get out of here. Just stay away. You found it. Oh, hell yeah. Go on, slap a pin on that. Oh, man. Nearly 5 hours. Are you kidding me? Seriously? It's not been 5 hours, has it? It's been 3. Oh, it's because I left it on earlier. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, it's support. What's going on, support? Yeah, I've not been on for nearly 5 hours. I had OBS up because I was testing stuff. Look, support. Look, you can see it now. What do you think? Like an actual streaming setup now. What do you think? This is really cool. This thing is really cool. It was McDonald's, of course. Of course it was McDonald's. Of course it was McDonald's. Obviously it was. Obviously it was. Right, let's just listen to it. Like, let's just listen to it. Can you link me it, Blissy? Can you just link me it and I'll play it? Just link me it and I'll play it. Screw it. Who cares? I'm gonna go in a minute. I'm gonna go in a minute anyway. Just send me it. I'll do it. Alright, I'll just pause the music. I know this is gonna give you all anxiety with the music being paused, alright? Here it is. Alright, you ready, guys? You ready?
Anime brings us together in a way that nothing else can. It exists on the intersection between joy and happiness. Just like the new Triple Booster Big Mac Value Meal from McDonald's. Experience a taste flavor sensation like no other with its carefully curated Sony-inspired anime value meals, only at McDonald's. It's the place that Freyren goes to refuel. She's loving it. Freyren, Beyond Journey's End Season 2, airing January 2026, only on Crunchyroll.
So obnoxious. McDonald's, only at McDonald's. She's loving it. That is cursed. That is accursed. Yeah, it's where McDonald's go. It's where Freyren goes to recharge. She's loving it. It's so cursed. Just like the supreme extra value meal from McDonald's. Chat, is that how Americans sound? Chat. American chat. Is that how you guys sound? Did I get it? Is that how your adverts sound? Chat. Vouch. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Is that how your commercials sound, guys? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I could probably do that. Oh my god. I could do that. Absolutely. I could do that, guys. What do you think, guys? What if I start doing that instead? Like, that becomes my new thing. I can do anything. I can do anything I set my mind to. Oh my god. French into VA, can you imagine? Oh my god. most obnoxious, annoying person that you know. Like, yeah. I'm going to voice. Okay, spoiler alert, guys. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm coming clean. All right, I'm the guy who's voicing Kinta in the next season. I wanted to keep it as a surprise, guys. You know, but like, you got me. You know, branched out to VA. A southern accent. I can't do that now, right? I don't know. I chat we cooked. Oh, come on. You wouldn't watch it if I was in it. Come on, guys. You wouldn't watch it. I can't do it. Well, I probably could do one. I just can't do one right now because I'm far too embarrassed. I'm far too embarrassed to do that ad lib on stream. Maybe at some point I'll be okay doing that. Maybe. You know? Like, I do a ridiculously over-the-top cowboy voice, but again, I don't have the I lack the confidence to do that. Okay, I'm just a baby. I can't do that. Perhaps I'll send a voice note into the Discord at some point if you're lucky, or maybe since I've done Valley Girl Ida. Maybe we'll just get like a cowboy kind of Momo thing going on. Who knows? Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. You don't understand. You'd know. If you were me, you'd get it. If you were me, you'd get it. The McDonald's thing was I don't really know. Yeah. Well, she does say like some strange stuff. She says like consonant or something like that. You know, so I need to find a section to do. So that's not a no. That's just a not yet thing. All right, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the right way. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it the right way. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the right way. But guys, right, okay. Last thing before I go, because it's getting late. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She made a bunch of farm references, so I feel like it's probably time. This is to be continued, yes. But before I go, and I am going to go in a minute because I've got work tomorrow. Before I go, Evil Eye. Evil Eye film. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so fucking excited. Alright, we're going to get up to all kinds of shenanigans, guys. This is the last stream before that. I'm going to hopefully be able to make next week's stream because I'll be back on the Monday, so hopefully just ready to go when I get back. But, guys, alright, I'm pretty excited, right? We're going to get up to some shenanigans, okay? We're going to do some silly stuff. Already got a bunch of things in mind, silly things to do, that are going to be very entertaining. Very entertaining. Even the Discord will benefit in some capacity because it will be very entertaining. It's just funny. Like, I've been like talking about it. I've been talking about it with the relevant parties. Right, and we've got like plans, right? Like they're just plans, and I think that's so cool that we've got plans. You know, I can't believe it. I don't know whether or not. I know that like it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter actually. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's a long way. It's a lot of traveling for a film, right? But it's everything around the film that makes it. Because like technically speaking, guys, there are viewings like 10 minutes away from where I live. Like I can just walk. Wait, that way. I walk that way for 10 minutes. I just walk 10 minutes that way and I'll be there, and I can just watch it on Friday that way. But It's everything around it that's better, right? So you could make the argument. That I'm not going down there for the film, right? You could make that argument, depending on how much you want to flatter the relevant parties, but also the Discord, by and large. You know, so also going to do some tourism. You know, sounds like you can do it for. No, not just the plan. Like it's lots of little plans, just little silly things, lots of little silly things. But I'm just going down there because it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really enjoyable. It's gonna be good to actually hang out in person. You know, IRL, as all the kids are saying these days. That's what the kids say. That's the kids' lingo for in real life. IRL. You heard it here first. Tell your friends. Or so I've heard. So I've heard anyway. Right, yeah, the double-decker bus. I actually might get the tour bus and stuff when I'm there, to be fair. I might just do the tour bus thing. Pickle has a plan. Yes, the IRL, that's brand new. That's brand new lingo. I just came up with that. Just there, actually. IRL, I just came up with it right there. It means in real life. Yeah, it's you know how like there's online, and then you meet people out in the world, not behind the computer. That's IRL. Money. I have a plan. You do the Dutch Vanderlyn. I have a plan, John. Oh man, Red Dead Redemption 2 is so good. It's so good. God damn, so good. Maybe one day I'll stream it. It's from Red Dead Redemption support. I presume you haven't played Red Dead Redemption. My boy Dutch, his voice breaks a lot. Go play it. Go play it, support. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and go play Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, did you like it, Orbis? Oh, you. Oh, you. It's because well, you get to experience the greatest video game story ever told. So there's that. But it's because, Orbis, I just very often will sit and just try repeatedly to get the voice down of various different characters, right? Like I mentioned earlier that I've got so many hours, like so many in Red Dead Online. I mentioned that I did like a shit post. That I had a shit post on the channel like years and years ago, which is now hidden and no one will ever see it. No one will ever see it. It's just me reading copy pastas in a Geralt of Rivia voice with the music in the background. It's like, it's so stupid, man. It's so stupid, but it got me over my first 1,000 views. It exists still. It's just no one's ever gonna fucking see it. It's hidden forever. Forever and ever and ever. Along with game reviews that are just, not reviews, but analyses. Game analyses that you're never ever gonna see. Maybe at Christmas, maybe I'll show you part of one, right? There was a very cool editing thing in there. There's a very cool editing bit in the Persona 5 Strikers analysis that I did. There's a very cool editing trick where there's like a all-out attack move where Joker like slices across the screen, but the what I do is when he slices, it kind of transitions at the same time. It transitions at the same time along the line that he cut, and it like opens up to the next bit. it was good. Like, it was good. But that's lost to the annals of history, and you're never gonna see it. So sorry, you know. Chapter left is speechless, but I wasn't expecting the impact. It's been 4 hours. Yeah, no, it's, you know, we talk about a lot of stuff here. MB, were you here for all of it, or you just pop back in later on? I mean, that's just what we do here, man. But yeah, I mean, look, guys, you're just never gonna see it. That's fine, though. That's fine. You don't want to. You probably don't want to see it anyway. You probably don't even want to see it. There is cringe in there as well, you know. Most of it is cringe, to be fair. Most of it is cringe. The current topic is I'm going to bed in a minute, my dude. God, it's so fucking cringe though. But you're never gonna see them, I'm afraid. But that's okay, guys. Right. Right. Okay. Well, it's good to see some of you here. But on that note, guys, I'm going to go. So, you know. Anyway, cool. Right. Anybody who's not in the Discord, guys, go check it out. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and you get access to the Discord link, and you can join the community. Best place on the internet for Dandadan. It's better than Twitter. It's better than Twitter, but so's Roadkill, guys. But anyway, I'll catch you all. All right, it's been good fun. But I'll catch you all later, and we'll probably talk after I've seen the Evil Eye movie. All right, don't consider yourself responsible. Don't worry, I was gonna go anyway. All right, catch you guys.